That's it.
Lore Boys.
The show is Lore Boys.
Yeah, I love it, man.
This is how we're gonna start.
Yeah.
It's Lore Boys.
It's Lore Boys
It's
time.
Lore Boys time.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello everybody.
Hey guys.
My name is Peter O'Donohue. I will be hosting Lore Boys today, and to my right is the fabulous James Miller.
Hello there.
And directly across from me is Ethan Palmer,
Call me Ishmael.
the spiciest picante boy. I don't know, man. People don't know who you are. So, what are you guys drinking?
I am drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon as usual.
Again.
I love it.
I'm drinking Sapporo.
Oh.
Sapporo Biru.
You can't say it like that. That is an honorable choice, however. I'm drinking me some Rickards Blonde because I'm a basic bitch and I can't handle beer with flavor.
That's fair.
So, I guess since we had an issue with that, what have you been playing this week, James?
Actually this week, or this month rather, on PlayStation Plus, Tales from the Borderlands is free. I played 1 and 2, and I'm trying out the Telltale game Tales from the Borderlands. It's definitely a different feel. It's very much story-driven rather than gameplay-driven, which was a little bit to get used to.
It's an adventure game, though, right?
It is it's sort of an adventure game, but you're rarely walking around. You're kind of watching a movie and just waiting to react to whatever's going on. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
I think the only thing I've ever had against the Borderlands series is the fact it's like really, really great art style and like half decent gameplay, and it's steeped in outdated memes.
If Telltale,
Borderlands 2 is really very much like a 2013 game that is not funny anymore.
But if Telltale could have collabed with Gearbox and they made the story-driven feel of Telltale, but the shooting and of everything of Gearbox, I feel like the game would have been much better. But I just like to be doing something while I'm playing a game. Like I find that if I'm waiting for something to happen, then I'm not having as much fun.
I hated the item management in that game. I hated how much loot you pick up and just constantly looking at stats. Like I feel like you spend half that game just comparing stats.
It's just like a finance simulator.
That's
it's
it.
like just numbers that go up and down.
That's it. To the point where I was like, I would get a weapon and I would just not pick up any other weapons, no matter what color they were, until I got to a point in the game where I was having a lot of difficulty and I'd pick up any other weapon and just continue on like that.
Yeah.
And I found I didn't have a problem, so I was like, why do you include this mechanic?
I have that problem in the Division as well, where it's just it's half menus, half walking.
Yeah.
And then some mysterious third half
that
hasn't been discovered yet. And Ethan, what have you been playing this week? What's your week been like?
I'm still playing The Witcher 3.
Again or for the first time?
No, I'm on New Game Plus. I was last week too.
Yeah, so am I as well.
My problem this time though is the first time I played it, I had Geralt do his thing with Yennefer. And this time, I'm trying to do the thing with Triss, but it just doesn't feel right, The romantic in me is
Yennefer is my number one waifu.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, she's you could tell the game was kind of styled around her too. I thought maybe if I told Triss that I loved her and she stayed around and I end the game with her, maybe throughout the game more of the gameplay would include Triss, but it doesn't. It's still me going on trips with Yennefer everywhere, and I'm like, this is awkward. Triss is just waiting back on a boat, and I'm like, okay.
I did both, sadly, the first time, just because I had a lot of nostalgia for The Witcher 2, and when Triss is the only one in the game, and then obviously the parts with the Yennefer are so fucking good.
Yeah.
I was like, well, no, I have to switch. Yennefer and Geralt are written and clearly meant to be together. And then, of course, you get in trouble.
You get in trouble and you get neither,
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, well, how like life.
Yeah.
Does Ciri appear in Witcher 2 or 1? No.
No.
They're not. She's not even born yet.
She is born.
She's born, yeah.
Because The Witcher 3 takes place a little bit after The Witcher 2, which I guess we'll probably find out on an episode of the Lore Boys podcast, because I don't fucking know yet.
Yeah.
But it's not, because the game begins in a flashback that is 20 some odd years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And then all 3 games take place after that.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
And that's it though? Just The Witcher?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I had a pretty boring week on Steam, game-wise. I mean, I guess not a boring week game-wise, because I did go to a developer this week on Thursday.
Oh, yeah?
And checked out some shit that I can't talk about.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that to me.
Yeah. Well, when I last year I did For Honor.
Okay.
Right? And this week I did some other shit that I'll maybe talk about eventually whenever I can't remember when my NDA expires, but I'll talk about it next year.
I've sunk probably 200 hours into For Honor already, and it just came out a couple months ago. I really enjoyed it.
That's a good game.
And then otherwise, to get in the spirit of today, what are we talking about today, guys? What you guys know?
Talk about hats, I thought.
Yeah, that's it.
Hats, that's close. Yeah, you're wearing a hat right now. That's perfect.
I'm getting in character.
Very scout-esque.
Yeah.
Team Fortress 2, though.
Yeah.
Or the Team Fortress universe, really. But focusing mostly on Team Fortress 2 because that's where most of the history of the series occurs.
I played Team Fortress 2. I had the orange box. It never even occurred to me.
Like on console?
Yeah.
Okay, so did I. That's how I started.
Yeah. It never even occurred to me that there was a Team Fortress 1. I don't think in my life until you just mentioned it just now. I was like, oh yeah, there probably would have been, right?
There was actually 2 before TF2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so just to go into it, like, I have a very long history with Team Fortress 2. Yeah. I have been playing it since the day it came out. When I had a shitty computer and a 360, I had the orange box on 360, which, of course, as we all know, comprised of a 360 port of Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 Episode 1, the new and final fucking Half-Life game, Episode 2. Thank God for cliffhangers, right?
Yeah, right.
Am I right, boys?
Yeah. Actually, as a side note, did you hear that the last developer of Half-Life has left Valve?
Chet Falizek. Yeah. Well, he was one of the writers, as far as I know. Then he did a bunch of VR work, and then he left.
Oh, is that it?
A lot of people have left Valve recently. Like, I'm not super sad because I don't fucking think Half-Life 3 is coming out.
No, it's never gonna happen.
But now if it does,
my grandchildren will have died of old age, and the cyborg Gabe Newell will upload it directly into their brains. Whatever.
To be honest, in the tech industry, there's a lot of like moving around. It's not uncommon for.
But if there's no surviving members of the team left, like, is Half-Life 3 even going to be a Half-Life? It's going to be based off of the franchise, but
it's gonna be
basically Diablo 3.
It's gonna be. I was gonna say it's gonna be Dota 2 8.0.
Yeah. Half-Life 3. It's Half-Life 3. It's just a mod that somebody makes.
But yeah. Anyway, so and then it had Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Portal, which was a new IP, and then Team Fortress 2, which, so the release date for all that was October 9th, 2007. So, funnily enough, the 10-year anniversary of Team Fortress 2 and the Orange Box will be this year.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So, I personally, because I still play the game, I have about 580 hours in the game, actually.
Wow.
As of the end of the day today, I played a bit to get into my, get into the spirit of it. So, I am currently at 542 hours on record. Which, all things considered, because I know some pro players who have thousands of hours.
Yeah,
of course.
I probably have 6 hours on a 500 kilobyte per second download speed. So my experience is very limited.
I played a little bit.
You played it?
Yeah, I played. I was more of a Counter-Strike guy. Like, I have over 700 hours in Counter-Strike. But I dabbled with TF2 and probably played 50, 60 hours of it.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, 60 hours. I mean, it's an online shooter that, like, PC shooters, like, 60 hours is basically nothing. Because, like, I'm fairly good at the game in public matches. The competitive scene is fucking dead. Yeah, like, that's just, like...
It's a 10-year-old game.
Yeah, well, no, the competitive shit came out last year.
Oh, yeah?
And just sucked dick. So nobody plays it. It's like 6-on-6, but there's 9 classes, who I will get into later.
Yeah.
And 6-on-6 just is weird. Like, so it was basically the same team composition all the time. I don't even remember it because I played a bit, and I was like, wait, this is fucking garbage. And it literally took over 3 minutes to get into a game because there were so few people playing. But I'm still good at stomping the pubs.
Yeah.
I'm a soldier main now. I was a pyro main for a long time, but I'm having a lot of fun now. Using just like the stock weapons. What else? So yeah, but like, of course, the 10-year anniversary. I'm hoping for some kind of big fucking event on October 9th, 2017, right? It's been a fucking decade. And if we look now, there are still 70,000 people playing the game at time of recording. Right? Wow. 10 years, it's over. 9.5 years later, there's 70,000 people still playing the game.
So Valve, if you're doing an event, we'd be happy to host.
I'd love to show up. I know I'm not a pro player. I've never played in the competitive match or anything. I've never gone to Highlander, none of that shit, but I would love to.
There can be only one, though, so.
Exactly. Well, I know.
It's tough to be Highlander.
Yeah. Everybody starts coming for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, October 9th, 2017, it comes out as part of the Orange Box. And then, of course, but like knowing Valve time, like.
Wait, when it was released, it was only released as part of the Orange Box?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Orange is same with Portal and same with Half-Life 2 Episode 2. So it was one $60 box with 5 games in it, 3 of which were new and not released as standalones.
I did not realize that. Yeah. I got the Orange Box to pick up Portal, but I didn't even realize at the time. Because like that was the only copy that I found. I was like, I want to buy Portal, and I went to the store and they handed me the Orange Box. I was like, okay, sure.
Well, like, but it was released as a standalone in April 2008. So basically, like, so whatever, October, November, December, like 5-6 months later, it came out by itself. Yeah, exactly.
That's fantastic.
And at that point, I had a good PC, so I actually got rid of my 360 copy of the Orange Box and bought Team Fortress 2 by itself on PC. So I haven't been on PC since day one, so I don't have the gold badge cosmetic, but I do have the silver badge cosmetic because exactly. So if you play the beta, you get a platinum badge. Okay. If you were day one, you get a gold badge. Anytime after day one, up into a certain point,
you get silver.
You get silver, and then bronze. I think it's after the game went free. in
so
2011.
Everyone gets a participation badge.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. I'm coming up on my 5-year badge for Counter-Strike. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. But of course, like I was looking forward to the 10-year celebration, October 9th. But knowing Valve, the 10-year celebration will probably be in like fucking June 2018 or something. Yeah. So like fucking way too late. Nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Birthday hats all around.
We already have birthday hats, which is like at the 5-year or something. I don't remember. I'm hoping for like ranked cosmetics for however long you've been there. I think I deserve a reward for being around since 2008. Yeah. I paid for the game for one.
Yeah.
And they give you one shitty hat for paying for the game.
Get at us, Val.
Yeah. I want some good stuff.
But like I know in my experience with Counter-Strike, I paid $15 for the game, and then the skins that I've earned over time, I've probably made like $100 off of them, like in Valve or Steam or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I sold some cosmetics. Like not tons, because I'm not really big on microtransactions personally.
Yeah.
Like I probably only spent $30 extra on Team Fortress since cosmetics were a thing. 10 of which was today, because I opened some crates this afternoon, just like to get like way into it. Right, it was like no speed, all cocaine.
Is it the same like system where they give you the crates, but you have to buy the keys?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you also
Valve's
still get weapon drops, right? Well, this is what they tested, which is what I think they do in Counter-Strike now. Of course, Counter-Strike and Dota are the moneymakers now, so we don't get like as much shit in TF2. But
is it like a TF2lotto.com or?
No,
not yet.
I don't think it would be like even on the black market or in the gray market. I don't know if it's not even that lucrative. You still like make more money selling gloves now than fucking Counter-Strike. So that's a little bit of the history. So Team Fortress 2 is a sequel to Team Fortress Classic, which was a sequel to Team Fortress. So Team Fortress was developed by Robin Walker and some other guy whose name I didn't look up, who are from Australia.
All right.
I'm just the son of a bitch like that. Sorry, other guy. So they developed a mod for Quake called Team Fortress. Okay. And then Valve, in true Valve fashion, found the mod and was like, well, what if we just paid you to make it on our engine instead of us making a new game, which is how Counter-Strike and Dota
both were born,
and Portal as well, because Portal, from what I understand, like Kim Swift and her team had like presented some kind of concept, and Gabe Newell, Papa Newell, just descended from the sky and was just like, no, Kimmy, you and your babies come with me. Yeah.
As far as I know, Portal started as a university project, I think, actually. Yeah, they did it for a university class.
Narbacular drop.
Yeah, something like that.
Sadly, the only person, I apologize to everyone who isn't Kim Swift on that team. The only person's name I know is Kim Swift. She was the lead.
That's it.
Yeah. So it was a mod for Quake, and then Valve took a liking to it, and then they asked them to port it onto the Gold Source engine, which is the engine that Half-Life 1 runs on.
Okay.
And that became Team Fortress Classic.
Okay.
That game, which we'll find out later, is part of the Team Fortress canon. So the OG Quake mod is non-canon, but Team Fortress Classic and Team Fortress 2 are part of the Team Fortress canon.
Did you ever play Team Fortress Classic?
I did, but not against anybody.
Okay.
Because I played a private match on a friend's computer, because I don't own it and won't buy it. Because whatever, fuck it. Like it's just like older Team Fortress.
That's
like,
it.
Who the fuck cares? There's a mod coming out that's been in development for Team Fortress 2 that like captures the spirit of TFC. So they add in grenades. Yeah. Everybody has like 6 or 7 weapons.
Minus the jank,
shit
basically.
Like that. Yeah, exactly. Well, minus the being built on the fucking Half-Life engine.
Exactly.
Like you're skiing around in a giant box.
Just jank.
Things like rocket jumps, were those intentional in the game?
Yes, because rocket jumps are part. So the things that is just a source engine exploit is bunny hopping, which I cannot do, but I can rocket jump, and rocket jumping has always been part of Quake.
Okay.
So Quake rocket jumping got carried over to Gold Source rocket jumping in TFC, and then rocket jumping obviously is a main mechanic. Rocket jumping, sticky jumping, and of course, as you all know, sentry jumping, which is when a engineer uses his own sentry to shoot a rocket at the ground and launch himself somewhere higher. So it's basically self-damage to boost your jump height is a core mechanic of Team Fortress 2.
Okay. Trade health for mobility.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I rocket jump all the time. It took me a long time to learn, but I'm really good at it now. There's weapons that are specifically catered to rocket jumping builds, essentially. Oh, yeah, like a rocket jump loadout for...
So it's like lower damage rocket, basically. Bigger,
well, there's the rocket jumper, which does no damage whatsoever.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't hurt you, and then your secondary weapons support that.
So you just trade a weapon slot.
Correct, yeah, depending on your ability.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And there's sticky jumping with the Demo Man or whatever. So Team Fortress 2, online shooter, obviously. So you'd be surprised that there'd be a fuck ton of lore behind it.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I said, I played it maybe 6 hours. I never would have guessed.
Yeah, well, there's no lore in-game.
In-game, yeah.
All of the lore is handled by the promotional videos that they've released and the comics which they released on the Team Fortress blog, which are fantastic, and I recommend you go read them.
How many comics are there about?
I forgot to look that up actually before this, but from what I recall, there's like 9 or 10.
Okay.
And there's one more coming. So they had like a series of 6.
Okay.
And the 5th one was released a few months ago, and then the 6th one is coming, or the 6th or 7th. I didn't really look into that part. I was more doing wiki research.
Yeah.
I put in a real good fucking B+ effort.
Oh yeah.
For this report there, boys.
B+ effort for a B+ podcast.
B's get degrees.
That's it.
So 9 classes in Team Fortress. Right, so we have the Scout, who is the fast one. He's got a double barrel shotgun.
Okay.
So this is only for Team Fortress 2. TFC, because it's not really super relevant, I did not look up the classes for Team Fortress Classic because they don't really come into it too much until like the end of everything. So the Scout, real name is Jeremy, no last name.
No last name. Okay.
He is from Boston.
Is this the guy who turns invisible?
That's a spy.
That's a spy.
Yeah.
Different class.
I rotated between spy and scout.
Funnily enough, though, because you mistake them for that, the spy comes from a glitch in TFC where randomly players would appear as the wrong color, so people wouldn't attack them, and then they just integrated it into the 9th class, which is a spy. Yeah.
That is hilarious.
That's so interesting.
That's how the disguise kit came up. So, and the only way you could tell who they are is because Team Fortress has a really good system in multiplayer where you cannot damage your teammates, and they cannot stand in front of you. So friendly models are transparent. So you pass
when they stand like right in front of you?
Yeah, you pass through your friends.
Okay,
You can't pass through enemies.
Enemies.
So if you see like a red guy and you're red and you stop, he's a spy.
Nice.
And then you can damage them. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So and then we have the soldier whose real name and origin are completely unknown, but he goes by Mr. Jane Doe.
Mr. Jane Doe. Okay.
Mr. Jane Doe.
I like that.
Mr. Jane Doe.
Mr. Jane Doe.
Mr. Not Mr. John Doe.
No,
Mr. Jane
Doe. Exactly.
That's some good Valkyrie.
He's a complete lunatic.
Yeah.
And he is currently my main class. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. So it's fitting, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You played him for stylistically. You're like, this guy's me.
Yeah. Got it. Everything about the pirate was completely unknown. Race, gender, and origin are a complete mystery.
Okay.
The only lead we really ever had to go on is the voice actor who does all like the mumbles inside the mask is a man.
Okay.
Which is why I always lean towards he's a crazy man.
Yeah.
Not a woman, but there is still speculation that he is a woman, and he does have gendered cosmetics. So you can get like dude hats, open air quotes, like whatever, like a masculine quote, like an angrier looking mask would be like
that's
male,
manly.
A male cosmetic, right? Whereas you can also get like the Rosie the Riveter bandana or like a little hat with a flower on it, like it's like Ms. Marpole or whatever, that old lady who solves mysteries. Basically, whatever.
Could be a woman and just like a man is just stealing her job, you know? It's like mumbles.
Classic man.
Yeah, exactly. It's not fair out there. It's not fair out there.
But everything about the pirate was completely unknown.
Okay.
Everything. Then we have the Demo Man. His real name is Tavish Finnegan de Groot, and he is from Ullapool, Scotland, despite being black.
Despite being black?
Despite being black.
A black Scot.
He is from Scotland, born and raised.
Named Tavish.
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 There's his parents are both blind. Because he has an eye patch, but both his parents are blind.
Okay.
And when he's not around, canonically speaking, he is at home with his mother,
taking care
who's
of
a
her.
blind woman. No, all she does is bitch at him.
Okay.
Oh.
And I don't know if the joke is like that Dave Chappelle joke, like the blind black guy who turned into a KKK because he didn't know he was black.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a less fucked up version of that. Whereas maybe because his parents are blind, they thought they were Scottish. I couldn't tell you.
So what does the Demo Man do, like, in a round?
So the Demo Man has various grenades. So he has 2 jobs because he does have 2 basic loadouts. There's a Demo Man, there's a Demo Knight.
Okay.
So he has a grenade launcher, which is just that, right? So, and he has a few that have different behaviors, but by default he has a grenade launcher, which is just a grenade launcher. He has a sticky bomb launcher where you can lay traps. So they stick to walls or doorways, you hide them under objectives, and then you can detonate them with the right mouse button and blow people up.
Okay.
You can also use that to jump, that sticky jumping, which is his version of it.
Which you mentioned.
I am not good at sticky jumping. I don't know why. I can rocket jump like an absolute fucking master.
Yeah.
I can only commit suicide
with
sticky jumping, and I don't have the no damage. There is the sticky jumper, which is no damage.
No damage.
No damage one. I don't have it.
Like out of contact, sticky jumping sounds like the worst kind of jumping.
Yeah,
you can't get off the ground. Yeah,
it's like you're in goo.
Yeah, exactly. I hate it when that happens. I get stuck in goo, man.
Well, fuck, all the time.
All the time, dude. Like.
And then everybody has a melee weapon, which doesn't really factor in anything. But if you change his loadout, where if you change his grenade launcher for a pair of boots that boost your health and movement speed, and you change his sticky jumper or his sticky bomb launcher to a shield, and then give him a melee weapon, he becomes a Demo Knight, which is a melee only class. And the main Demo Knight weapon is the Eyelander, which is a sword that gives you extra health.
And this is the Scott.
Of course, right? yeah. It gives you extra health and extra movement speed every time you take a head, up to a maximum point, so you can actually overheal yourself and start moving as fast as a scout with nothing but a sword and shield.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Currently, because I reset my stats after taking some time off on Team Fortress, my most kills in a life, I think I had 16 or 17 kills without dying, was as a Demo Knight, and I don't understand it.
How it happened.
Dude, the other team was just like the fucking the freshest pack of scrubs.
Just a bunch of goobers fresh out the gate.
They can't stop a guy without a gun. And of course, the game is 12v12, right? On a public server. And I got 16 kills in a life, so I managed to wipe the entire team a time and a third, and I don't even understand how they could do that. Yeah.
Well, swords are pretty powerful. That's why they still use them in the military.
Exactly.
Today.
Yeah. Naturally.
Drones versus swords.
Drones versus swords. Yeah.
But and then the shields, if you right click, you charge forward, and just at the end of your charge, you can hit a critical hit, which in general is usually an instant kill.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that would be the Demo Knight. So it's a melee only class. They don't serve a particular purpose other than more harassment. Like the Demo Knight is really good at taking down buildings or setting traps. The Demo Knight himself is both basically if you just get really good and you want to meme on people real hard. Like I don't really know what his job is supposed to be.
When you said Demo Knight, I was picturing him just wearing like club attire and like ready to go out for the night.
Oh no, like demo tape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then of course all these characters have variations of their weapons that like modify their playstyle, but it's not it doesn't fundamentally change the class.
Okay.
After that, we have the heavy. His name is Mikhail. He is from the. I didn't actually. So I went to the Wikipedia page for this and wanted that like pronunciation click, because he is from the Zugzur. I don't know. Zugzur. He's from the Zugzur Mountains, which are on the coast of Russia, which at the time of the game is the USSR. On the coast near Japan, but yeah, it's.
Oh, on the Far East.
Yeah, exactly.
Near Kazakhstan.
Yes. No, it's on the coast. It's like right below that part that sticks out and connects to Alaska.
Okay.
It's all snow all the time. Just nothing but sadness and bears. I don't know. That's all I think about.
Chain guns.
Russia. Exactly.
Yeah.
And his minigun, whose name is Sasha.
Yeah.
Or at least there's one. So there's his default minigun is Sasha, which I use. I use a lot of stock weapons when I play.
Yeah.
Natasha is the one that does slightly less damage, I believe, but slows people down. So it's got a movement impairing effect. So it's kind of a support minigun. Yeah. And then he's got some various other ones that don't have pretty Russian lady names.
Okay.
That's boring.
Yeah, so it's spelled, just in case anybody out there can pronounce this for me, it is DZHUG Mountains.
DZHUG.
DZHUGDZHUR. So it's
Jugjar Mountains.
Jugjar Mountains, right?
If that's how that's supposed to be fucking
pronounced. I have no idea.
It's just like things you can hold the water in. Jugjar. Jugjar, exactly, yeah.
Goddamn drunks.
Still Russians, man.
Yeah.
The engineer who has the most fleshed out backstory, because his family plays a big part in this whole thing, which we will get into. His name is Del Conager, and he is from Bee Cave, Texas.
And his Beefcake, Texas?
Bee Cave.
Oh, I thought you said Beefcake, Texas.
It would be
Ethan's favorite spot.
Fucking
I vacation there.
Beefcake, Texas.
Beefcake, Texas.
My God. So he's from Bee Cave, Texas. The Conagers are very important. The medic, his name is Dr. Ludwig. Or Ludwig, I don't know, however he wants to say that. He is from Stuttgart, Germany.
Definitely Ludwig then.
Ludwig, yeah. Stuttgart.
Yeah.
The sniper is known only as Mr. Mundy, who originally we thought was from Australia, but which will be explained later on. He's actually from New Zealand, as evidenced by the fact he doesn't have a huge bushy mustache.
Okay. Is that evidence
that
of that?
And completely.
Have you met someone from Australia
who doesn't
with a big bushy
mustache? And finally, the spy. Everything about him is unknown. Obviously,
that makes sense. Yeah. Makes more sense than the pyro.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But he is from France, and that's all we really know about him. Also, he is the Scout's father.
Oh, we know that too.
Yes.
Okay.
He is the Scout's father. Originally in Meet the Spy, which was one of their promotional videos that they had released alongside one of their updates, it was Red Spy was Blue Scout's dad.
Okay.
But considering in the comics, Red Team are the main characters, they consolidated it, and Spy in general
is the father of Scout.
Regardless of team.
Regardless of color.
Way
to go, Valve.
Mixed team babies is the Scout's father.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And yeah, so that's it. So basically, the story of the entire game starts back in the early 19th century when a wealthy Englishman named Zephaniah Neodemus Mann.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, way to go, man. First shot.
Yeah, try and say that was caramel.
Yeah, first shot. Yeah, if it's fucking wrong. So managed to fuck that up on the first try. Yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
I can't even see his notes. I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Yeah, so it starts around 1850. So Zephaniah Mann was the owner and sole proprietor of Mann and Sons Munition Concerns. Which also just goes by Mann Co., which you'll see as the MANN and Company logo on many of the weapons in Team Fortress 2 because they basically make everything dangerous in the world.
I haven't played much, but I feel like I've seen it on a shipping container.
You see it on the crates. Yeah, it's also on the side. It's on the scope of the direct hit, which is a alternate soldier rocket launcher.
It's Valve's Acme, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Actually, that never occurred to me. Yes, Valve's Acme is Mann Co. They make everything. They ship it in wooden crates.
Yeah.
It's all in the 60s. Whatever. Fine. So anyway, it was Zephaniah Mann, his wife Betty, and his 3 sons, Redmond, Blutarch, and Gray.
I have a feeling like the fact that they're named Redmond and Blutarch is going to come into play
somehow. Shut the fuck up.
That's meta.
Yeah. Get out of here, man. It's my episode, you blood.
Yeah. Spoilers, guys. I'm just looking at his notes.
So anyway, predictably, obviously, as they grew up, so it's obviously Red Team and Blue Team. Red is owned by Redmond Mann, so RED is Reliable Excavation and Demolition, and Blutarch owns Blue, which is the Builders League United. And Gray, we'll get into later, he owns the Gray Team, which we will elucidate on going forward.
Yeah.
So all game modes are canon, which you will learn in every game mode. So whether it's arena or the horde mode, everything has a story reason now.
Oh yeah.
Naturally,
of course.
Why not?
Yeah. Your deathmatch has got to have a reason, right?
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
So sadly, Betty Mann died during childbirth. So she had 3 babies on the same day,
on the same day.
September 2nd, 1822. Redmond, Blutarch, and Gray were all born. Yep, triplets. However, Redmond and Blutarch grew up without the knowledge of their brother, Gray Mann, because when he was born underweight and weak, Zephaniah Mann ordered the baby to be smothered. However, just at that moment, on September 2nd, 1882...
This just got dark.
I know. I got shivers, man.
He was kidnapped by an eagle during the Great Eagle Scourge of 1822.
The Great Evil Eagle Scourge. That's Providence if I ever heard of it. Okay, wait, he got kidnapped by an eagle and presumably not eaten alive.
From the hospital, it swooped in and grabbed him. Which quote was absconded by that great scourge of London.
Oh my goodness.
The eagle.
That's fantastic.
Anyway, Gray was cared for by his eagle abductor. He was fed grubs and mice, kept warm under her breast, and accepted by her children.
Oh, that is beautiful.
So however that turns out, we'll
find out.
Exactly.
I'm so excited.
Later. I told you. Because apparently fucking horde mode needed context, and they were like, Eagle Scourge.
Wait, was this just to set up horde mode?
Yeah, dog.
Oh.
How can we make horde work?
Yeah.
Horde mode work. Scourge of eagles.
Yeah.
That's it.
We love this this idea for a game mode, but how can we make it fit contextually?
How can we take our class-based capture the flag shooter and add a horror mode? Fucking Eagles.
I'm picturing like a
I'm
picturing a conference room where they're all sitting around a table for like 12 hours and they're all exhausted. Then one guy just drops his pencil. He's
Eagles.
Like, I got it. Eagles kidnap the baby. And everyone just starts a slow clap for him. It's like, you got it, man. That is it. That is it. Oh.
Anyway. So then, after that, around 1850, there was no exact date. Around 1850, Zephaniah takes his two surviving sons, surviving air quotes, to the United States, where they buy some gravel pits and some dust bowls, which is basically just uninhabitable, worthless land on the American frontier. Okay. So where Team Fortress is set is not known, but when it is, because there are calendars in the game, even when the game launched. On 360, there are calendars in your spawn rooms, which do tell you exactly when the game takes place, which we'll get into.
That is like super interesting, because like the comics, the backstory wasn't set up at this point, was it?
No, but they set it in the 60s because the art style of Team Fortress 2 is very much inspired by like American industrial artists. Okay. I had forgotten most of their names, but there's one, Norman Rockwell. Rockwell painting, so that's the very big square stuff, the big hands, the big noses, that's where the design.
Did you paint that, the diner? The Philly's Diner or whatever? Anyway, this is not an art history podcast.
Yeah. Tune into the Norman Rockwell episode of Lore Boys.
Lore Boys podcast. Which is a mythological figure, to be fair.
The prequel to the Team Fortress one.
Exactly. We're doing it Legend of Zelda style, where we're just jumping around and just putting games wherever we want.
So it's where it splits at Norman Rockwell. That's good. So Gravel Pit and Dust Bowl, interestingly enough, were one of the original, or two of the original maps that launched with Team Fortress 2. Exactly.
Team Fortress 2.
With Team Fortress 2, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know the names of the maps in
Okay.
TFC. Yeah, no, I did not look into TFC at all.
Oh, that's fair.
At all.
That's fair.
Nobody talks about TFC anymore.
That's it. Yeah.
This is the TF2 episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
TFC, get out of
The
here.
hashtags on our Twitter right now are TF2. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Not TFC.
Yeah.
That's not trending, believe it or not.
At Lore Boys.
At Lore Boys.
On Twitter. But for whatever reason, he decided to purchase all this land out in the American frontier. Turns out gravel and dust are completely worthless. However, on a trip to Australia, he discovered at the time, on a trip to Terra Australis, he had discovered something known as, that he had dubbed the Miracle Gravel, which he left to a woman named Elizabeth, who is a descendant of the original administrator. So the administrator is the woman's voice who announces everything in the round.
Okay.
So
killing spree.
Exactly. It's like when the round begins, capture the flag. Everything that is announced over the speakers by that woman is the administrator.
Is that her name though?
Elizabeth was her grandmother.
Okay.
So we'll get into her. Her name, the living administrator's name is Helen.
Okay. Imagine in Real War, there was someone who announced it. Like, you take a shot. Headshot. Yeah. Just like, oh my god, man.
You'd never be able to get away with war crimes in that case.
No, that's true. Monster kill.
Water drop torture.
Yeah.
Suicide. That'd be really common these days.
Yeah.
Suicide.
You drive your warthog off a cliff. So the Miracle Gravel will get in on. At this point, Gray has resurfaced and begins to blackmail his father regarding the Miracle Gravel, and that's why Zephaniah Mann intros it to Elizabeth to hide it away from Gray, who has turned out to be both competent
and alive. That must be such a shock. You have a baby, it's born weak.
Stolen by an eagle, and
it shows up 30 years later to blackmail you. You must just be shitting your pants. Like, what is my life?
What does Grayman look like? Does he wear feathers and like a cape or something?
He identifies as a bird person.
Yeah, he's featherkin, Eaglekin.
Yeah.
Freedomkin, is that what
It's funny, because in bird culture, blackmail is considered a dick move. So,
yeah. Bird culture.
So it's at the same time where Redmond and Plutarch begin their eternal and pointless conflict over their worthless plots of land.
So they're competing over the gravels and Dust Bowl.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
So this is in 1850 when it's established, and the original blue team was comprised. So the original red team, I didn't find anything on, but the original blue team was comprised of Billy the Kid, who was the original scout.
Okay.
Stonewall Jackson, who was the original soldier.
I recognize these names, actually.
Billy the Kid, famous cowboy.
Stonewall
Jackson, famous guy from the Civil War.
Yeah.
He was on the Confederate side. I was thinking, like, who's the villains in the American Civil
Red
War?
coats.
This is not a U.S. American history podcast,
Yeah, exactly.
so
I don't give a fuck.
we might miss some of these names.
Stonewall Jackson, original soldier. Abraham Lincoln was the original pyro.
I recognize that name too.
Abraham Lincoln sounds familiar as well. He had to do some part in American history.
Yeah, he invented the light bulb, I think.
Yeah. Or the camera.
What's more honest than death by fire?
Honesty.
Alfred Nobel. This one does make sense. Inventor of dynamite, or the discoverer of dynamite after dynamite had killed the person who invented it. Can't remember.
Okay.
Alfred Nobel was the original demo man. John Henry, who I have no idea who the fuck that guy is, but in the picture he's a huge
John Henry was a steel driving man.
black dude, huge black dude with a big ass hammer.
John Henry was a steel driving man.
You got it.
That's all you got to know.
original heavy. Nikola Tesla, the original Engie.
That makes sense.
Sigmund Freud, the original medic. Who,
What?
Yeah, instead of a heal beam, would just run over to the other team and tell them they wanted to fuck their mother.
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's it. That's all wounds. All wounds are psychological. In this game.
exactly.
Yeah. You just like show up, make a bunch of crazy arguments, and win.
And dude, Sigmund Freud is known for doing a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
So he just gives cocaine to everyone. Get back up.
Just a syringe of cocaine.
Yeah.
Davy Crockett, who you'll know from his coonskin cap, was the original sniper, and Fu Manchu, for some reason, the original spy. Don't know.
Why not? He's the father of who was the original scout?
The original scout was Billy the Kid.
Well, Fu Manchu was Billy the Kid's father, so that makes a lot of
there
sense.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing a history podcast, but now I've learned something about Freud. Did a lot of cocaine, and I learned something about Alfred Nobel. Invented dynamite.
I think so.
Two things I didn't know.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
Sigmund Freud and cocaine, totally true.
It's now canon in our universe.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
In the Lore Boys universe, Alfred Nobel invented dynamite, and Sigmund Freud did a bunch of cocaine.
However, Redmond had also assembled his own team of mercenaries, who are unnamed for whatever reason, and that's when they began their completely pointless and unwinnable war. So Team Fortress 2 is basically, I suppose, on a meta level, a joke about online games. How technically every time you play, it doesn't matter because there's always going to be another round, and that's why Team Fortress 2 in universe is a constant stalemate of meaningless
fighting.
Over
nothing.
Exactly.
So it's two brothers who hired exactly 9 different archetypes of people to just clash forever.
Fight forever.
Okay,
you know, maybe the naming plays into that too, because maybe it's like you have your team, you have your mates, and the other team is like, these are faceless people in an online game. You know what I mean? You don't care who those people are. You're playing with your buddies against 12 random strangers, which, I mean, plays into the whole Team Fortress aspect of it.
Yeah, it's interesting that there actually is lore in this shooter, because like think of any other shooter and there's not a lot of lore to go along with it. Like other shooters are based off of wars we've already had, but if it's a created thing like Counter-Strike, maybe there's a lore. Someone's really mad right now because they played 1,000 hours and they've read every fucking thing.
Every fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know much about other shooters, but this is actually blowing me away. Like how much has gone into this, and the fact that somebody like, I don't know how far into the podcast we are, but somebody's already been kidnapped by an eagle, which is just, I mean, that doesn't happen in many shooters, you know what I mean? An eagle has already kidnapped a baby during the Great Eagle Scourge of London, which is...
And like how many eagles does it take to have a scourge?
How many eagles does it take to carry a baby? How big was the baby?
Do eagles even stick together?
One bald eagle.
I thought they were like solitary creatures. Like
eagles don't migrate, so like couldn't have been an African eagle.
No. Oh yeah, I made my very stealthy return. Sorry about that. I really shouldn't have started my day with coffee and then moved on to beer. Probably should have just started with a fucking beer. My kidneys are going to explode. So where were we? Right, unwinnable war. So 40 years later, they were still engaged in the completely pointless and unwinnable war. However, to go back a bit, in August 21st, 1861, Redmond and Plutarch Man both sell their gravel mines to Barnabas Hale for 5 cents. And then Hale then turns them into a coal mining job, promising jobs for the surrounding region. So Barnabas Hale is the grandfather of Saxton Hale, who is the current owner and CEO of Manco.
Of Manco.
Also, which was completely unintentional apparently, one of Saxton Hale's arch rivals is the National American Anagram Society, because Saxton Hale somehow
the National American Anagram Society is the enemy of anyone is just fascinating.
Particularly him, because by apparently what is a complete accident, Saxton Hale's name is a perfect anagram for hot anal sex.
Oh my god. And you say this is accidentally, so they called him Saxton Hale, and eventually somebody figured that out and they made the canon that?
Yeah, exactly.
That is so fantastic. That is the most fantastic coincidence I think I've ever heard in my life. and God bless the guy who looks at Saxton Hale, the autistic kid who looks at Saxton Hale and just sees hot anal sex.
Yeah. Like picture like that meme of like the person looking and like all the equations going.
It's just like
hot anal sex.
It would be like phantom dictionaries and also phantom like butt porn bits.
All syncing up.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, at some point, as Plutarch man near death from old age, he called in an expert craftsman named Radigan Conager, who was the Blue Engineer's grandfather.
So what's his anagram?
I like his name though. Like both of those.
Ranigan
Conager. Like that the Igor and Igen. It flows well.
It's Artigat Conhag.
Yeah. Welcome to the We Try and Make Anagrams podcast. 3 idiots try and make an anagram.
Radigan Conager. So basically what he wanted, he contracted Radigan Conager to use the Miracle Gravel as a power source.
Does the Miracle Gravel actually have some property to it that makes it special?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it is valuable.
Are we getting to it, or is it?
I did my best to put this together to make it an interesting story.
Yeah, to build up.
Thankfully, like opposed to Zelda, we only have the one timeline to go with.
Yeah,
I tried to sex it up.
That's
Where's Greymane right now, or Greyman, or whatever?
Greyman had blackmailed his father.
Or the Miracle Gravel.
At which point, the Miracle Gravel was squirreled away by Elizabeth, the original administrator, and is now no longer in the story, presumably because he's in the background attempting to find the cache of Miracle Gravel.
Right.
That's Greyman. Greyman, exactly.
Not
Clear
Redman.
that cache.
Not Redman.
Redman and Plutarch have just sold their properties, which turned out to be valuable because they made coal mines on them.
Exactly.
Apparently.
Yep.
Which is a fantastic little twist. And now, who's trying to get the Miracle Gravel?
Radigan. At present, Radigan Conager is being contracted by Plutarch Man to create a life-extending machine so that he could live forever. And he says, quote, to make him a monster.
Ooh. Wait, Plutarch wants to become a monster?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because he wants to live forever.
Kudos.
However, he knows that would make him a monster.
Okay. So he's accepting of it.
So for you two, would you rather die or live forever as a monster?
Live forever as a monster, absolutely.
I mean, because I've read the comics, I know what the life extending machine is like. Because remember, the furthest these games get to is still basically 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, so
if
you imagine what a computer looked like, even in the 90s, imagine what a thing that had to keep you alive, powered by Miracle Gravel, would look like.
For myself,
just imagine like a coal miner just like shoveling the Miracle Gravel into the machine. You know?
For myself though, like to live forever as a monster, that sounds like modern day hell though. It's like you live forever in a tortured state, or you die with your limited time, and you can just be proud of that time.
Yeah, live forever.
Plutarch is basically at this point, once a life extending machine is hooked up, he's basically he continues to age but not die. So if you've ever seen the picture of the oldest man on Earth, who's like that Chinese man who basically looks like a scarecrow.
So we're talking about a puddle now.
Yeah.
A puddle that is a person.
Like you just get dustier and dustier and dustier, and you never stop.
I feel like every single person would say die if they actually experienced eternity as a monster.
Yeah.
But anyways, what?
Live forever.
Live forever.
Yeah. I mean, I could stop stressing. You know what I mean?
Why are you always bringing this philosophical bullshit into our podcast? You're just like, which Triforce do you want? And we talked about the nature of power and how it would corrupt all things.
Every once in a while, you got to take a step back. You know,
that's why people come here.
Look at existence through the lens of Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, that's it.
And just be scared of eagles.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after returning from his meeting with Plutarch. So, Radigan Conager is a man of few words. The only thing he ever says to Plutarch in the entire meeting is, okay.
Oh.
So, Plutarch goes on this huge...
Not a man of few words, a man of one word.
One is few, yeah. And he goes on this huge spiel about how he wants to be a monster. He wants to live forever to make sure that he can outlive his brother and finally win this completely pointless war over these 2 plots of land that at this point they don't even own anymore. Yeah. If you recall, it's been sold to the Hale family.
Yeah, right. That reward would turn like ash into your mouth. Once you beat your brother, what's left?
No, as someone who has 2 brothers, I better fucking outlive them both.
Yeah.
They better die before I do.
Are you the youngest?
No, I'm the middle.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm the oldest.
I have literally no chance of outliving my sister. Because women generally live longer than men in the first place, and she's also 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
So
that's old stats, man. That was like back when there's wars going on.
Oh, yeah.
We got a chance. We got a chance.
We're bumping up those numbers.
Come on, boys. Come on. Just exercise, for Christ's sake. Just want to bury my fucking sister, guys.
Oh, don't we all?
That's brutal.
I love it. Oh, Christ.
Team Fortress 2, right?
Yeah, Team Fortress 2, though. Anyway, upon returning to his store that evening, Ratigan found a stranger who had already made her way past his locked door.
Okay.
Because she's a sly devil. Turns out it is Elizabeth, the original administrator, who bribes him with the miracle gravel, which is known as Australium.
Australian. That's a good name for it.
It is an element found only in Australia.
In Terra Australis.
In Terra Australis, exactly.
It became Australia after Australia.
Oh, okay.
It is quoted as being a powerful element found only in Australia, which has caused the nation of unintelligent savages to become extremely intelligent and develop such technological marvels as teleportation and cloaking techniques, which, for the record, is in 1890 at this point.
There goes all Australian listeners. Yeah, exactly.
But Robin Walker, the guy who created the original mod with Other Person, is from Australia, which is why Australia becomes a centrally a universally mocked but central theme to the Team Fortress universe. Saxton Hale and Bilius Hale and the Hale family are all from Australia.
They all hail from
Australia. Exactly. Hot anal sex.
Anal sex hails from Australia.
All Australia. All the time.
So I guess in 1892, like, that language wouldn't be unheard of. You know what I mean? Like, if that's how it was described in 1890, that kind of stands to reason.
Yeah.
The past sucks.
Yeah,
like,
past always.
Yeah, the past is always worse.
I like that he can poke fun at his own country. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, well, I think like we can make fun of our country as well.
I love South Park. So.
Exactly. Anyway, so she bribes him with Australium to build a life-extending machine for Redmond as well.
Oh.
Why? Because Manco benefits from their unending war because they make weapons for them.
All right.
So the administrator now works still works for Manco, and she knows that
she does it for job security.
Exactly, job security going on forever. So if her and the Hale family can supply weapons to 2 sides of an unwinnable war, they will have business forever. Yeah. So she bribes him with the Australian. He agrees, and also exposure to Australia made him super intelligent. So he went on to develop the life extender machines for Redmond and Blutarch now, as well as basically all of the technology that the engineer in-game eventually develops and uses: blueprints, sentries, teleporters, cloaking devices, dispensers, mediguns, shit like that. So now basically the story kind of cuts off for a bit, but we do have some key dates and some quick little things here. So July 17th, 1894, Ratigan Conager finishes building the life extender machine for Blutarch Men. August 3rd, so just a couple of weeks later, he finishes the one for Redmond.
Okay.
And now we cut to Australia, where the game mode King of the Hill was invented. So January 25th, 1895, there was a headline on Here's Some News, Mate, the newspaper run by the Australian government.
But that's a real newspaper, I think.
I wouldn't know.
Here's the news, mate.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You buy it with $3 reduced.
So the headline says, Hills Discovered, and Here's Some News, Mate, and then runs a story about Australia stating mysterious new geographic lumps confound men of Australian science. On March 6th, a headline, War Mate, comes out, where the King of Australia declares war on the hills, stating there will be a time to study these so-called hills after they are dead.
Oh.
And then on April 5th, 1895, the headline King Conquers Hill is reported by Here's Some News, Mate, where the headline states, Coward Mound surrendered without a fight.
So now we have a King of the Hill.
And now we have the invention of the King of the Hill game time.
It is funny to hear you say, because if we're considering this as like real life, King of the Hill would be Bloodsport, basically. Like, this is warfare.
Correct, yes.
It's funny to hear you say the mode of warfare is invented at this time.
the king of Australia.
The King of Australia.
Fighting a pile of dirt.
Fighting a pile of dirt.
A cowardly pile of dirt.
Yeah. That's slander by the newspapers. You know it, man.
Oh, yeah.
You can't trust the media. It's all fake news.
Yeah, it's like, what does Fox have to say about this?
Yeah.
I see you see these cowardly mounds, MSNBC.
That's it.
Yeah, you fuckers.
We need alternative TF2 story.
We need Alex Jones to get on this stuff.
Alex Jones, I want to read the fucking Breitbart story.
Yeah, exactly.
About King of the Hill.
We need the truth.
Yeah. Give me the truth, Breitbart.
Yeah. How many reptiles played a part in all this?
Dude, all of them.
They're all reptiles.
Obviously.
Okay, I should have known.
King of Australia in 1895 or whatever I said. Reptile, lizard.
Was a reptile. Lizard man.
I'm fucking with you now.
Yeah, okay. It's hard to tell sometimes, you know.
Yeah. What's true? What is it?
Yeah.
Eagle scourge.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I'm fucking with you on that one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No lizard people in Team Fortress 2 at time of recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So January 23rd, in 1900, Manco invents the robot, as is revealed by the same Australian newspaper. Here's some news, mate. However, people are suspicious of these robots, and
why do you say it like that? Is
because it is hyphenated, so it is RO-BOT.
I thought it was like they're all in a boat and they're bots.
I was thinking a robot.
Okay, like automated canoe machine.
Yeah. A motorboat. It's like we're talking about a motorboat.
That's true. Yeah, damn it. However, after people have become suspicious of the robots, they don't trust them. Manco assures them that these automatons will only ever be used for violence. And
what an assurance! Like, don't worry, guys. We're just gonna use these to kill people.
The people of Australia felt reassured by this facts and allowed robots to continue existing in Australia.
Okay.
And on a minor note, the poll shows that Robin is the most popular Australian girl's name, which is of course Robin Walker making fun of himself. Being named Robin.
Okay. So they think it's a girl's name. Okay. Fantastic.
January 24th, 1910, Manco finally wins their bid to become the sole munitions supplier for the red and blue teams. So now they are the only people making guns, which of course was planted by the original administrator when she gave Australium to Radigan Conacher.
Yeah. Wow. So she's a sly devil. This Elizabeth.
She knew exactly what she was doing.
Are these two brothers their like number one source of income?
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they make other products as well that are like referenced throughout the universe, but as far as the history of the game goes,
Imagine in the Civil War, bringing it back to the Civil War. Imagine you were selling guns to the North and the South.
Yeah. So. Dude, you'd make so much money.
Exactly.
Just to get super real for a second and kind of sad, didn't the States do that with like Afghanistan and the Soviet Union?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff. I mean, the whole Iran-Contra deal was like, the States was like, this is getting very political, and my knowledge of it is admittedly limited. But there was...
I know more about Team Fortress 2.
There was some stuff going on in Central America, and the States decided to give them weapons so that they could get profits back, basically.
It was basically drug lord v communist or something. Probably, who knows?
But imagine getting in a fight.
Don't
with your
quote me on that. I don't think that. I don't know if that's true.
Imagine getting in a fight with your brother to the scale that it creates a microeconomy. Like.
That's true, Manco.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Where are we now? Yep, so that's it. And then in 1921, at some point, President Franklin D. Roosevelt blows off both his legs while rocket jumping.
Whoa.
Sounds right.
And
I remember that happening.
As a result, he perfects the modern staircase, so that people don't need to rocket jump onto higher points anymore.
What was the date?
That is at some point in 1921.
So we're saying 1921 stairs were invented.
Perfected by...
And modern stairs.
Modern stairs were invented as we know them by American President FDR after blowing off both his legs in a rocket jumping accident.
So your options are ladders or shoot a rocket at your legs.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't realize today we'd be talking about so much like history, you know what I mean? Like real...
Team Fortress 2 takes place on Earth, right? But alternate Earth. Yeah. It's fucking wacky Earth.
Wait, is this not real?
Oh my god!
Sorry, I didn't realize I didn't realize I led you guys astray.
Yeah, sorry. I've been taking this as canon.
Dude,
I'm sorry. Yeah, all right, my bad.
I thought President Lincoln had a flamethrower.
It was the first one.
I remember reading about the Great Eagle Scourge. That's why it's just like
And then in 1930 is when Team Fortress Classic takes place. Okay. So that retcons in the explanation as to why in 1930 there's all this crazy, basically reskinned Half-Life technology is due to Australium and Manpower. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So Redmond and Blutarch hire their classic mercs to battle the Gravel Wars, and then Bilious Hale, who is the second generation. I think I forgot the original Hale, like the Hale Patriarch's name. But his son is Bilious Hale.
I thought it was like Zacharias or something.
No, that was Zephaniah Mann.
Zephaniah Mann. Sorry, that's the name. Yeah.
Anyway, Bilious Hale supplies, obviously, the TFC red and blue teams with their weaponry in 1930.
Is Elizabeth still kicking at this point?
Yes. Okay. Yes, because she is old enough, and the current administrator is old enough that there was only 2 of them opposed to 3.
But one's her granddaughter.
No, one is her daughter, because the administrator currently for Team Fortress 2 is a very old woman.
Hale.
Yeah. No, is Helen.
Helen.
Yeah. In 1932, the American soft drink magnate Theophilus Bonk adds sugar to the same mixture as the first set of batteries, creating Bonk Cola.
Bonk Cola.
Bonk Atomic Punch is a secondary weapon for the Scout that gives him added speed and invincibility for 8 seconds. Okay. However, it is intensely poisonous, as it is simply sugar mixed with battery.
Is that name a play on the jazz artist Thelonious Monk?
Theophilus Bonk? Possibly.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. What's next? Also in 1932, New Zealand is encapsulated in a giant glass dome and sunk to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean.
Well, if Australia is doing so well, that kind of makes sense.
Exactly. September 1st, 1939, World War II begins, this is where the timelines cross over. This is where the universe of Team Fortress 2 crosses with the universe of our current timeline, and we existed for a brief moment
at the same
together.
I do remember all the teleporters in World War II.
Most of the teleporters, teleporters, sentry guns, soda that makes you invincible.
Yeah, that was all World War II.
Cloaking devices.
Yeah. Did World War I happen?
World War I did happen, however, it does not play into the story of Team Fortress 2. The Mann family and the Hale family had nothing to do with it. Okay. Simply due to the fact this is when now that we're in the 30s, now is when some of the Team Fortress 2 characters are currently alive and kicking.
Yeah, they're born. They're little babies.
Not even. The soldier, Mr. Jane Doe himself, was rejected by every branch of the U.S. military. However, undaunted, he bought his own ticket to Europe, and after arriving and finally locating Poland, he taught himself how to load and fire a variety of weapons before embarking on a Nazi killing spree, for which he was awarded several medals that he designed and made himself.
You have to wonder how inept you have to be to get refused by every branch of the American military during World War II. Like, at the start of World War II. That seems kind of messed up.
Yeah. And then in September 1941, the Heavy's father, who was a counter-revolutionary, is killed, and the Heavy, his mother, and his sisters are all shipped to a gulag in the Jurgaburga fucking mountains.
Jugjar. It's Jugjar.
Jugjar Mountains.
Jugjar.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what we call it.
And then a few months later, in 1942, a New Zealander infant known as Mun D accidentally breaks a hole in the country's underwater dome. Okay.
You say Mun D like it's 2 names. Like
it is Mun hyphen D. It's like Kal-El.
Okay.
So his parents, because they were trying to escape in a rocket ship, and while they were arguing with each other to escape New Zealand at the bottom of the ocean,
escaping in a rocket ship?
Yep.
You'd think they'd do better with a submarine.
But they had to get to the top of the dome.
Top of the dome, right? Submarine from there. Okay, I gotcha.
Anyway.
It's like Crocodile Dundee.
The infant
Mundy. Yeah.
The infant Mundy launches into the rocket by accident, crashes through the underwater dome, while flying by the rocket, floods New Zealand.
So this is the start of Wind Waker.
Leaving his parents as the only 2 surviving New Zealanders on Earth at this time. So there are 2 surviving New Zealanders in 1942, and then the rocket crashes in Australia, where the baby is raised by the Mundy couple, M-U-N-D-Y, and eventually grows up to become the Sniper.
Okay.
So
to
explain,
we're gonna get real Australian for this next spot.
I'm so fucking sorry that was an accident. To explain why the Sniper does not have a fantastic blonde mustache on his face is because he is not from Australia. He is from New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's Kiwis.
Yeah. And then this only comes into play, so remember this, that September 2nd, 1945, World War II ends.
It sounds about I mean, I know the years, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How did it all end though? Did they just like blow a whistle like everywhere?
Oh no, they blew away Japan with a couple of atomic bombs, and then I think Germany surrendered.
Which was in August.
Slightly before
August 8th and August 12th, I think the two atomic bombs in Japan.
And Germany had surrendered either slightly before or slightly after that. I
slightly
really
before.
fucking hate myself that I don't know much about that.
Germany surrendered before Japan for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe not. Japan definitely surrendered pretty quick after the United States dropped the bombs.
Yeah. Tweet Ethan the Dead Man to
tell him when World War II ended.
Yeah, please do.
Who was the last boss of World War II? Was it Japan or Germany?
Yeah, was it Japan or Germany? The final boss. Yeah, the Japan boss was actually pretty easy. There was this hack where you just blow them up. And just a hack and you just fly over and it's over so quick.
I'd say no, you just you spec for science the whole way, and then right at the end you just blow away.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at some point in 1945, we assume Jeremy, who will later take on the moniker of the Scout, is born around 1945.
Okay.
So he's in his early 20s or close to his early 20s at the time of Team Fortress.
So his father presumably celebrating the end of the war.
Correct, yes, because his father is the spy who is from France.
Okay.
And then 1949, the soldier, Mr. Jane Doe, ends his Nazi killing spree in Poland
49
upon hearing that World War II had already ended in 1944.
4 years earlier, right?
I love the idea of a Nazi who just doesn't know that it's over.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then we skip up ahead, so not too much happens over the next 16 years.
Yeah, the Korean War, but whatever.
Yeah, well, they're apparently not involved, right? So the Mans and the Mans and the Hales and the red team, the blue team. Of course, most of them have been born at this point, right? Because the Scout being the youngest, visibly at least the youngest person on the team, was born roughly in 1945.
Okay, so there you go.
So everybody's alive, everybody's doing shit. Yeah. Soldier is committing murders, vigilante murders, vigilante murders in Poland by accident for 4 years because he's a fucking idiot. So in 1965, Plutarch Man at some point realizes his life extender machine is failing because they're running out of Australium. He contacts the Blue Engineer, the current engineer, Del Conager, to fix it. So he provides him with all the blueprints from Radigan's original designs for many, many, many things. That they had actually robbed from Radigan's desecrated grave.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so Del, current engineer, Del managed to repair and improve the design of the life extender machine, and then also designs the sentry gun, the teleporters, and the dispensers that they use in game.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. So June 1968 is when Team Fortress 2
is
launched.
Happening.
Exactly. So day 1, October 9th. 2007. 2007.
Yeah.
Good year. Yeah. Team Fortress 2 comes out. Good years. 2007. Good year. Team Fortress 2 comes out. It starts June 1968.
Okay.
9 individuals. The Scout, Soldier, Pyro, Demo Man, Heavy Weapons Guy, the Engineer, the Medic, Spy, and the Sniper. We're all recruited.
I capiche.
Capiche?
I capiche.
Yeah. Are you guys picking up on
that? Oh yeah, I'm picking up.
Very good.
I speak Italian.
I don't.
I don't either. But I capiche.
I can read the brand on a jar of spaghetti.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty.
Classico.
That's real Italian.
So after the life extending machines are improved and repaired, 1968. Team Fortress 2 starts, and everything starts going fucking crazy.
Is that during the Cold War?
1968 is still in the midst of the Cold War, so the Heavy is from the USSR, but the entire game and all modes are still set in the United States.
Okay.
Because they're set on Gravel Pit or Dust Bowl or Two Fort, which are all locations in the.
Okay. You said the life extending machine was improved.
Correct.
Does that mean they're not it makes people not just these terrible bodies?
Well, they're already pretty shitty because they've been in crappy ones for so long. It's simply improved.
Oh, so they're in the machine.
It can exactly.
Okay.
It's basically they're wheelchair bound and basically plugged into what looks like an iron lung.
Okay.
Right, and it's full of Australium, and that's what keeps them alive.
Okay.
It was simply improved now because from what I remember from the comics, it can actually bring them back from the dead. So in his conversation with Del Conager, Plutarch Man actually dies for 5 or 6 seconds and then is brought back to life by the machine. So it's not so much keeping them alive so much as resuscitating them when they die.
Yeah.
So it was
every time they die, it just gives them a little shock.
It does, exactly, yeah.
It's like if you had like a pin in your collar, so like every time your head starts to droop, if you're trying to stay awake, it just like prick you.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, kind of kick back up. You're like,
it's like
I'm awake.
Vietnamese torture.
Yeah, I'm alive.
That's a good idea, man. Hard time staying awake sometimes.
Just like once in a while. Or like a sharpened pencil or something.
It's
right here,
Full of stimulants. So.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like caffeine or something. Yeah.
It's full of Wheaties.
Full of Wheaties?
Yeah, you blend Wheaties and you stick it in a syringe.
I didn't realize Wheaties were a stimulant.
Yeah. Of course you
Fiber gives you energy.
A bowl of Wheaties.
It's the breakfast of champions.
They always put like gold medal running people on the box, right?
Caitlyn Jenner used to eat it.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Well, now I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long you should eat it for, because that whole thing turned out in a weird way.
It was a twist, yeah.
Yeah, twist. Wheaties.
Wheaties.
Gives you a hormone imbalance.
Can you imagine that is their slogan? Like that's their
Wheaties gives you a twist. A new ad campaign.
Yeah.
Wheaties, get at us if you want us to run your ad campaign.
That would go worse than that fucking Pepsi thing that just happened.
Speaking of Jenners.
Oh, yeah.
Of Jenners, yeah. Oh, fuck, that's right. I didn't make that
Speaking of Jenners and Jenners.
Yeah. Back on track there, ladies.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So that's when, of course, in 1968, when Helen, a descendant of Elizabeth, was the original administrator and current admin, starts working with Saxton Hale. Oh, Barnabas. Excuse me. I did right. Barnabas Hale, who was the original Hale, then Bilious Hale, and now Saxton Hale. So it's 3 generations because the games are still set in the past.
Okay.
Have you ever met a Barnabas or a Barnaby?
No.
Barney? No.
No, yeah, me neither.
You call him Barney.
I
have. Joe's old barber.
Oh, I do know Barney. Yeah, I had him too. He cut my hair. Okay.
Barney the barber. Barnabas the barber.
Barnabas.
Do you think he chose the profession based on his name?
Probably.
Barnabas the barber?
Yeah.
He's like, my name's Barnabas. What could I possibly do? Barber.
Yeah.
Barb.
My name's James Miller. I better start a mill.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make new Wheaties.
Yeah.
Don't sex changes.
Yeah.
I don't endorse that statement.
No.
That was a 3 beer statement. Not a real.
That was a 3 Rickards blonde.
Speaking of 3 beers, I've been waiting for a moment.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Oh, it feels so good.
That, with a little mist hits
that crack.
your nose.
Exactly.
So anyway, current administrator is also running a shadow company inside Manco known as TF Industries. So, Team Fortress.
Okay. But it's only known canonically as TF.
TF Industries, exactly, yeah. At some point, the Red Demo Man and the Blue Soldier meet and become friends on the battlefield.
Okay.
However, this means weapon sales start to go down. So this is, they had
peace, basically.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So they had what was called the War Update. In which there was a competition.
Are you saying update like the game was updated?
The game was updated,
okay,
exactly.
Yeah.
So this adds context to the War Update. So what happened in the War Update was every class started getting alternate loadouts.
Okay.
All right.
In each update, they started with the Pyro Update and the Heavy Update, and then they kept going. So they did the Demo Man and the Soldier at the same time, and this contextualizes the War Update.
Okay.
At which point they got new loadouts, but there was also a competition.
For our TF2 players, what does an alternate loadout mean? It means different guns that you play with?
Well, like I was talking at the beginning, when you have different guns that have slightly different behaviors.
You take the boots instead of your rocket launcher.
Exactly, right, yeah. Or you take a thing that does no damage so you can jump higher.
Exactly.
Shit like that.
Okay, makes sense.
And there was a competition online. Whoever won the war, which was online, they had a stat tracker, where if more Demo Men killed more soldiers, they would win a new loadout item.
Okay.
And then if more soldiers killed more Demo Men, they would win more.
That's a fun little game.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was the soldiers actually won. So the what's the weapon called?
The gun.
It's the gunboats.
Oh, let's call it gun.
Yeah, it's actually the gunboats. Yeah, so the loadout item that ended up coming out at the end of the update was called the gunboats, and it was a pair of boots that would replace your secondary weapon that would reduce blast jumping damage by 75%. So you could rocket jump or sticky jump. Of course, rocket jump, since the soldiers won, it was reduce rocket jump damage by 75%. So currently, your self damage is still way reduced from your damage to enemies. A rocket does whatever, like let's say 100 damage, you do 45 to yourself. It reduced that 45 by 75%. So when you landed, you would still have way more health than you would have, but you would not have a secondary weapon. And obviously, the rocket launcher takes a long time to reload.
Did Valve ever cave and give a bonus to the Demo Man too?
No.
That they didn't give to necessarily to other classes?
No.
No? Okay. Good for them.
And strangely enough, they had Heavy versus Pyro recently because they are the classes that apparently got nerfed the most that people complain about. Like I used to main Pyro. I've never found Pyro.
People are always gonna complain, man.
Fucking Brass Beast OP. Valve, please nerf.
My experience
was like a revolver in Counter-Strike that was basically just like an op.
No, that was the charge revolver though. So you had to press the button like 0.75 seconds before it actually shoot, right? Like, or are you talking about the Desert Eagle?
Not the Deagle. No, the Deagle was always been like
Wandi. No.
What's a revolver called? Just to go off on a Valve multiplayer games tangent.
There's a bunch of revolvers. I couldn't tell you what it is right now.
It's the newest one that came out that was like a one-hit kill.
So it is a charge revolver. Okay. I played very recently at Ethan's place for maybe like 30 seconds, but to be honest, like I said in the last podcast, my computer is dying, so I'm not up to date with everything. But I was going to speak about my experience with rocket. My experience with
a remote. Like, the most terrible.
My experience with rocket jumping was I would always aim just a little bit off and fly completely where I did not want to be and get annihilated.
The key is so the key is you've got a lot of finger yoga to do basically. You have
yoga.
You have to be like a to the core PC gamer to kind of get into the rocket jumping.
Sure.
Like I taught myself with a rocket launcher called the Cow Mangler 5000.
Okay.
Which was it had infinite ammo and 5 in a clip because it was a ray gun. So you would charge it up, you like crank it, you never ran out of ammo, but it barely did any damage to buildings was the trade-off, right?
Okay.
So basically, what would happen with that one? You have to crouch, jump, and shoot at the exact same time to launch yourself forwards.
Yeah. I feel like those things feel so wonky. Like when people get good at them, they're great, but like to a new player, it's it's so hard to do, right?
Well, when I was at my prime in Team Fortress, like my buddies would watch me play, and I had my friend actually record my hands to see like what was going on. And even when I look at it, because you don't have to look at the keyboard. He was just like, God, because of your fucking knuckle hairs, man, it looks like there's a fucking tarantula just like skittering around on the keyboard, just like scuttling all over the place. But Team Fortress thankfully has like really kind of refined controls. There's 3 number keys, 3 to 5 depending on your class, and then control, spacebar. Yeah.
As another little side note, like playing Counter-Strike, I've had very interesting experiences. I met someone in a lobby who had just broken up with his girlfriend and lost his brother in the same year.
Oh my God.
He was very sad, right? And he started singing. And he was singing about his feelings, right? And then someone brought an accordion out and started playing along.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So
you guys have like a support group in a CS lobby?
Yeah. So they started playing the accordion. The guy's singing, and it's beautiful. And this is how he's dealing with his thing. And I also have an accordion, so I brought out another accordion. We had 2 accordions and a guy singing about losing his brother and getting dumped by his girlfriend. And it was one of the most magical experiences I've had in an online lobby. It was like
real. All things considered, like just on a quick side note, like the internet gets a bad rap because like people send mean tweets to each other all the time, which don't matter. So you can send us or just me as many fucking mean tweets as you want.
Yeah, try me. Try me.
Not me.
Yeah, James is pussy.
He's sensitive, okay?
I'm a delicate flower.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I've made some like good internet friends, right? Like just from my time when I played a lot of Team Fortress, a lot of my Steam friends list is people I've never met, but like got along with. I remember one time just on a team. This is a tangent, but it's a Team Fortress themed tangent.
Yeah, there we go.
Team Fortress flavoring tangent. I was playing some TF2, and there was like, so I don't know what it is. Like online. I'll only ever like harass people who sound young. Like if it's a girl, I'm not like one of those weird internet bros. Like, oh my God! You just like exactly.
There's 3 types. There's the type that are like normal people who just like it's a girl. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the type who's like this is a girl. She shouldn't be here. And I have to let her know that.
Yeah.
And then there's the type that's like I'm in love with this girl.
Exactly.
And every time it's a catfish.
He goes medic, and then he just.
Jamie knows.
Yeah.
Jamie knows all about the catfish.
I am one. Yeah.
But yeah, then he just like pockets her. He's like a medic, heals her, only her, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So me and this other guy, he had used his real name like a fucking idiot because he was clearly like 11.
Okay.
And he's like, God, he had like that, excited little boy when they inhale when they talk.
Oh.
Like, you guys, we gotta like go to get the point, and we need an engineer at the point there. And then like this other guy with like this fucking great voice. He had a bit of a southern accent.
Okay.
He was just like, Yo, Alex, why'd you take my name, Alex? Why'd you fucking take my name, Alex? And then he like goes into his Steam settings and changes his name to Alex1 in brackets.
No.
And he's just like, why'd you fucking take? Were you such a piece of shit, Alex? And then of course like I have a mic because I like coordinating teams like once in a while, right?
Of course.
I find it more enjoyable.
And then I just like jumped on. I'm like, yeah, Alex, why'd you fucking take his name, dog?
That's rude, dude.
And he ended up on the other team from us at one point, and we were just like talking to each other, right? I can't remember his fucking name anymore.
Alex.
No, Alex1. Yeah, Alex1 in brackets, but I can't remember like what his real
name was,
Steam name is, or like which one of my friends on Steam it is. But we ended up just like, okay, yeah, like he's the scout with these cosmetics. So we wouldn't kill anyone else. Him and I just like paired off and hunted this kid down. Well, because he switched teams so we wouldn't harass him on the mic.
Okay.
And then we hunted him down, and then he finally left. I don't know.
Welcome to the Lore Boys podcast, where we talk about those times that we terrorized young children in online video games.
Games rated M, 17 and up.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
You should be on here.
Yeah, you work for the ESRB, right? Like.
Of course. Get fucked, kid.
For the record, Peter's the one who sets those ESRB ratings. So if your mom ever said you can't buy that game,
my fault.
Peter's fault. Tweet at him your angriest tweet.
One of my favorite things to do when I was working for GameStop was to tell moms about Grand Theft Auto when their kids handed it to them.
Oh yeah.
So like I know that's like the classic. Like even my girlfriend who like only hears like the bad shit about Grand Theft Auto. It's like it's a hooker beating simulator and all you do is kill women. And I'm just like that's obviously fundamentally untrue because you can do whatever you want in Grand Theft Auto. My favorite thing to do
was be that guy.
Was to strawman Grand Theft Auto when kids tried to buy it.
And
I was just like, ma'am, it's very violent. There's sexual content. She's like, well, what kind of sexual content? I'm like, well, there's at night there were sex workers, and if you kill them, you can get your money back. And it's just like to see little boy die.
Just to see
and little mom get real mad. She's like, you tried to trick me, kid. You tried to put a last one. Anyway, good tangent.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Where the fuck are we? Anyway, okay. So shortly after the So shortly after the war update, where they were bribed with these boots, which is why they continue to fight the Reds.
For the boots.
Exactly, because one of them won. Right, so and somebody ended up getting a reward, somebody didn't, which is why the war continues and why they're no longer friends.
And these are the friends who.
This is the Demo Man and the soldier.
Demo Man and the soldier make friends. One of them gets a pair of boots, and that's enough to restart the war, which was dwindling at the time.
Exactly.
We're back on track.
Funnily enough, though, they did patch in some voice lines.
So
if a Demo Man or a soldier gets a domination, which I believe is 3 kills without being killed by that player, you get a domination and you get like 2 unique icons over your head so that they can hunt you down for revenge. There's an audio cue, there's a musical flourish or whatever.
That's fun,
yeah. And when you get dominated or by your nemesis or whatever, right? So it's a domination and nemesis.
Yeah.
If they dominate each other, they will say something along the lines. They'll give an audio cue of just like
unique.
Dominated, but you're still my friend. You know.
Okay.
It's like there's so many voice lines, like a 1 in 20 chance of like hearing something like that. But so that's all canon. War update happened.
Okay, that's
Pair of boots reignited everything. Now there is another game mode that is contextualized. It's called Special Delivery, where you need to steal a briefcase of Australium and put it in a rocket ship. Piloted by a monkey nut named Poopy Joe.
Oh, of course.
Poopy Joe. Yeah, exactly. However, Australium being very volatile, at the end of that round, no matter who wins, the rocket blows
up
about 30 feet into the air before careening wildly off and crashing into a field.
Okay.
When do we?
It's also piloted by a monkey, right?
Yeah. Monkey Nut Poopy Joe.
What year is this? Like, we didn't get into the space till like.
It's currently still.
This is the height of the space.
It is at some point between 1968 and 1971.
Okay.
It was the 50s, I think, or 61 might have been the first
Sputnik
orbital.
was in space in the 50s, I believe.
50s, yeah, Russians got up there first, but we got to the moon.
Fucking Russians.
Or we Americans got
North America.
Yankees.
Yeah, the West, right?
Yeah.
Right? Am I right? The
West is best.
West, yeah, I was going to say that. It's easy to say.
It's easy to say.
Anyway, Saxton Hale was taken to several Senate hearings regarding the death of Monkey Nut Poopy Joe.
Oh, animal cruelty.
Animal cruelty, exactly. Anyway, the Senate investigation is promptly closed when Miss Redacted, under questioning before the executive session, states her actions and objectives regarding Australia.
Okay,
so now the American government is also interested in Australia.
Animal cruelty sucks.
Correct.
But you have two brothers who are just ramming bodies against each other for however many years, decades.
I think there's certain things which may warrant animal cruelty.
Okay, please.
Fighting a bear.
Well, no, like if you're testing important cancer research on mice, like you know what? Like it's more important to cure cancer in humans than it is to preserve the life of
I thought you were just like punching
thousands of mice.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you were like just punching goats. You know, like every once in a while.
I do condone punching goats.
It's like,
what a weird animal to choose. Fuck.
No, it's because I own several goats in my 4.5 room apartment.
Yeah. It's not good. It's bad.
It's bad.
So shortly thereafter, at some point still in the 60s, Saxton Hale. So this contextualizes the online store because this was shortly after the game went free and they started to sell cosmetics.
Okay.
Later in the 60s, Saxton Hale discovers the internet and then uses it to sell hats.
Discovers or invents?
Uses it to sell hats.
He discovers.
Wouldn't you?
Oh man.
So like the internet was already a thing that's already there.
Presumably because Australia was so advanced thanks to Australia
they already
existing
had it.
there, right? They had teleportation and cloaking in the 1800s.
Yeah. It's such an interesting idea.
Presumably the internet.
Finding the internet,
exactly.
you know.
And finding the internet and seeing everything you can do and being like, I'm gonna sell hats.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open an Etsy store.
A hat-based economy. Yeah.
Hat-based economy.
In the 1960s, right? Saxton Hale basically invented Etsy.
Wow.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Sell a bunch of quirky shit on the internet.
Yeah, nothing but pins.
People are gonna fucking kill themselves.
Yeah.
I sadly don't have a ton of cosmetics. I've always had pretty bad hat luck, but I've got some pretty good ones.
Bad hat luck.
Bad hat luck.
They have a lower drop rate than weapons.
Hashtag bad hat luck.
I thought you were talking in real life, like I don't have a lot of hats, but no, I get it.
Bad hat luck.
Just to go on like how human beings speak, not to like neg on you too much here, but like why the fuck in real life would I refer to things I own as bad cosmetics?
Because, I don't know, dude. You're not wearing a hat right now.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember the last time I found a crate on the street with a hat in it.
Paid $3.50 to open it.
I don't remember the last time that happened to me.
No, I'm just saying, in my life, I've had pretty good hat luck.
There you go, man. He's the 1%.
I had
1% hat luck. Yeah.
I had pretty good luck today. I opened 3 crates. Which is like $9.75 or whatever. It's not so bad. I got paid on Friday.
Yeah.
Opened 3 crates. I got a strange cosmetic, which I believe will count my points and increase in rank as I count my points. And I used that one and another cosmetic that I had a double of to craft a new one. So I actually have George Washington's coat for the soldier. And it's called the Founding Father. And then I used my remaining 25 cents.
George Washington was the original soldier?
No. George Washington is still the first president. The two prez that matter in the TF universe are Abe Lincoln, who was the first pyro, and FDR, who perfected stairs and blew off both his legs while rocking.
Without making you scroll up in your notes, do you remember who the first soldier was?
Yeah, it was Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall Jackson.
Yeah,
okay.
from
that makes sense.
Civil War.
Soldier,
Confederate.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, so where are we here?
Good question.
Right, and at some point, the Mann brothers, or the 2 currently known Mann brothers, because remember they were Gray was abducted by an eagle or absconded by an eagle on the day they were all born. So Redmond and Blutarch have no idea he exists. So at some point in 1971. They receive 2 letters, or 1 each rather, stained with tears, saying that they want to meet and end the war because they're tired of fighting over these worthless gravel pits for so long. Okay.
Makes sense.
So they get together, they meet up in an agreed upon location. Turns out, Gray Man is there.
He's the one who sent the letters.
He's the one who sent the fucking letters!
Oh my god!
Twist.
Finally!
Yeah.
Gray Man had, because he was raised by eagles, and then eventually killed his eagle mother and ate her broodlings, and then dragged himself back to society.
As you do.
Oh my god!
Became super intelligent.
Okay.
So apparently the things that make you super intelligent are Australium and eagle meat.
And eating eagles,
Eagle meat.
Eagle meat.
And being raised by eagles. They're great parents.
Right?
If anyone has tried eagle meat, please send us a tweet.
Yeah. Tweet at me.
Yeah.
Hashtag eagle meat.
If you killed a bald eagle in the United States, do not incriminate yourself by tweeting at us. Just saying.
That's a good publicity stunt.
So what you're saying is we should kill an eagle.
I'm saying we should go to Alaska and kill the bald eagle.
Yeah.
Kill the bald eagle.
The bald
eagle. The original.
Yeah. The OG bald eagle. It's 700 feet tall. It's
gonna be tricky.
Yeah.
Multi-stage boss fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, at which point, Gray actually assassinates his brothers. So in 1971,
he just unplugs them.
Blutarch. No, he stabs them both.
How is he alive this long?
Whoa!
So he has his own life-extending machine.
Naturally.
Because he came into possession of the Australian robots. So this is where Horde mode comes in. So the Horde mode in Team Fortress 2 is called Man versus Machine, at which point the teams need to cooperate to fight off endless waves of robots.
Okay.
So he ended up becoming a much better scientist, and his life-extending machine is actually embedded in his spine.
Oh, so it's not like he's more mobile.
He's not confined to a wheelchair.
He can rocket jump, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. He's not confined to a wheelchair and plugged into a computer from the 60s.
Is the feud over? He just killed both the brothers who have been attacking each other for forever.
Correct. Yes. So at this point in like the game story, this is one of the more recent events is the Horde mode that comes in where Redmond and Blutarch are killed.
But this is like an alternate storyline.
Nope. No, it's just the canon. So at this point, if you play on any of the original maps in any of the original game modes, you're technically playing past history. Whereas, exactly. So Man versus Machine, the Horde mode,
pre-Horde,
I believe is the most canonically recent. Game mode.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Nobody really plays it. I played a bit with my ex, actually.
You're playing against actual bots, I guess?
Yeah, exactly. It's just wave defense, exactly. Yeah. And then if you win, you get item rewards.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's fun, And they give you like a free ticket every Christmas to like man up, and which is the term. It's like a man up token. You can go in and you can win better rewards if you finish a tour of robot slaughtering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like wager your ticket against a better reward, basically, or?
No, just having a ticket gives you a better drop.
Yeah,
like I got a hat actually. I got a unique like robot themed hat for the heavy when I did my one and only tour on Man vs. Machine.
I love that idea for a game that you can buy the game and you can continue playing. Like in my experience in Counter-Strike, I got one time like a pink D-pad op or something, and at the time it was worth like $35. I bought myself Final Fantasy VII and still had a bunch of money left over in the game. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now we're into the part where there's a lot of comics. So there's a lot of.
So the comics all come after Gray's assassinated his brothers, or?
No. Well, the comics that came out recently, yes. Like the 6 big ones that have come out recently, all kind of come out post-assassination because the team is scattered and they need to get together. But that we'll get into later because we're still kind of in between Man vs. Machine being released and then the first comic coming out online.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
So basically, that night after they're assassinated, Redmond and Blutarch come back as ghosts. And
so they're not really dead, is what you're saying.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, they're ghosts. This is something I forgot to mention. So there's a Halloween event every year. Zephaniah Man, the original guy, comes back as a ghost during Halloween events if you fire guns near his grave.
Okay.
As a ghost, he is simply
and he comes back and he's like, "That's my gun."
He's a white sheet with a frumpy top hat.
Okay.
Which is the ghastly gibbous, and then he like spooks your character, and you can't shoot, so you just like run, and you have to get away from him.
Are there a lot of maps in TF2? Like, is it have to be on a certain map where you have to shoot near his grave?
No. It can be on a Halloween themed reskin of most maps.
Okay.
So each map has his grave.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
During Halloween, most maps end up getting set at night. And
they cut him up into 8 pieces when he died.
Everywhere,
and buried him in 8 different locations.
Exactly, yeah. He's like Exodia.
The crippled god.
So yeah, anyway, so they, after fighting for a while, they argue as ghosts, and then they end up trying to contact their lawyer, who turns out to be the soldier, because after they are all disbanded, and when Redmond and Blutarch are assassinated, the soldier becomes a lawyer. Very briefly. He's had several jobs.
Yeah.
So that's this is known as the Robot War. So the game up until this point has been known as the Gravel Wars. Okay. And now we are part of the Robot War
era.
Okay. So after they successfully defend Manco against the robot attacks, Gray decides to change his approach. He goes directly to Manco's headquarters and declares that he would fight for the ownership of the company with Saxton Hale, a policy which Hale made himself. And after Hale grabs and punches Gray with ease because he's a giant burly Australian man who doesn't wear a shirt and his chest hair is in the shape of Australia.
So he's something out of my dreams is what you're saying.
Chest hairs in the shape of Australia. That's a nice touch. That's a very nice touch. Yeah.
So at this point here, Gray just declares that he doesn't want to fight Saxton Hale, but he does a trial by combat where he nominates his 8-year-old daughter, Olivia, who
I don't want to fight. Take my daughter.
Who Saxton Hale refuses to fight, and he knew that Saxton Hale would not punch a little girl in the face.
That's a classy guy.
A little bit of a trivia about Saxton Hale I forgot to mention earlier. Recently, Saxton Hale has a long-standing and unexplained feud with hippies. And actually, in 1969, firebombed Woodstock from a helicopter.
Okay.
Whoa.
I would say a lot of the hatred towards hippies was pretty unfounded and unexplained. It's kind of like, there's these people, they're just living their lives and having a good time. Fuck them.
Yeah, Saxton Hale's all about violence, making guns, and not wearing shirts.
So he would have a problem with hippies.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
If anyone would.
Basically, after he successfully takes over Manco, obviously, and proceeds to fire all of the mercenaries, so they're all out of a job now. This is how they get scattered. Okay. So in March of 1972, the soldier is now a Hollywood tour guide who takes elderly women around Hollywood to celebrity homes.
Naturally.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, they go to Tom Jones's house.
If you're taking elderly women around Hollywood,
you go to Tom
Jones's house for sure.
The soldier, however, being a complete lunatic, kills Tom Jones the second he opens his front door by snapping his neck.
Does it give any context to that?
The soldier's a murderer. The context would be given that he continued his Nazi killing spree for 4 years after the war.
So you're saying the soldier thought that Tom Jones was a Nazi?
Entirely possible. Yeah. Entirely possible.
TF2 canon lore, Tom Jones was a Nazi.
Tom Jones, Nazi, died March 1970.
That seems to be a theme so far. It's like somewhere after the first act, someone's neck gets snapped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So we just like nothing but neck snapping.
Yeah.
In
every single series we do has to have someone's neck snapped.
That's what I'm passionate about. So yeah.
I'm passionate about neck snapping.
Now, due to the fact that Tom Jones is dead, the soldier actually gets away with this because there's a wizard who is in charge of the Halloween events. Who is named Mirazimus. Okay. Mirazimus was living with Tom Jones at the time and is then framed for Tom Jones's murder and goes to prison. I left out some other history there by accident.
So this is all post the game, so the Halloween events aren't affected, but it's like this Mirazimus who runs the Halloween events. Later on, like when you're playing TF2, Mirazimus is running these Halloween events.
Correct.
And so who Mirazimus is, yeah. Now you're like, well, later on, this guy's going to get arrested after being framed for the death of Tom Jones.
For the murder of Tom Jones.
That's going to make, if I play Halloween this year, TF2, that's going to make it that much more enjoyable.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to be like, I know that you're going to get framed.
You get framed for the murder of Tom Jones in March of 1972.
Yeah. You guys can find Lore Boys streaming TF2 this Halloween. I think we can make that up.
I mean, I can
make that a thing.
I can easily stream Team Fortress 2. I love it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's great. The Pyro, so this is a new company that kind of crops up out of nowhere in the comics.
Okay.
After the mercenaries are disbanded. So the Pyro, who cannot speak, no one has seen their face, and we don't know if they're a man, a woman, or possibly a robot.
Yeah.
Or maybe just some kind of monster.
Yeah.
Right? Who the fuck knows? Kind of frumpy in a baggy fireproof suit.
Yeah, he looks it.
Is now inexplicably the CEO of Frontier Engineering.
Okay. An engineering firm, too.
Exactly, yeah. So now that they're in charge of this company, they have somehow become many, many times more successful than they ever had been before. Because the Pyro has been making all the decisions. However, the Pyro desperately misses fire and doing damage to things because obviously they've been sitting behind a desk for so long. But somehow making great business.
They just have like a bunch of candles on their desk. Can't help but light them.
Like a Zippo. Zippo in the boardroom. And then at some point, so this is kind of where people have ended up. So the administrator had a secretary named Ms. Pauling.
Okay. Helen, the
Helen, current administrator, has a secretary, Ms. Pauling, who has now been sent out to get everybody back together. So she goes to find the soldier giving tours, and then the soldier and Miss Pauling go and they find the Pyro. Who's
and this is all in the comics?
Yes.
Okay.
Like my storytelling's okay. Sorry not to be like a direct line. Yeah.
I'm just. That's what I thought. I was just making sure.
Yeah. So Miss Pauling goes in there, offers the Pyro their job back, and they instantly drop everything and immediately run out the door to go be with Miss Pauling and start killing people again.
And start lighting things on fire.
Exactly. So the Pyro lives in a fantasy world. Okay. Which is explained in the Meet the Pyro video. Is the Pyro doesn't think they're actually burning people to death. They live in this place called Pyroland, which is a place you can go to if you equip the Pyrovision goggles, which recolors everything on the maps as kind of like pastel colors and adds like funky little things, and everybody laughs when you attack them, and the flamethrower shoots rainbows, and people bleed multicolored balloons.
I want to go there.
So,
we all do.
So the Pyro has no idea that they're actually killing people, which is great. The Meet the Pyro video is one of the darker videos. Because
so there's a Meet the... For each class?
Meet the team, there's 9 videos,
Okay.
Exactly. Wow. And then there's some other videos as well, which are like little sketches. They usually release a video to coincide with a patch, just more as marketing.
Okay,
Despite the fact that not all the videos are necessarily trailers.
Okay.
They're more just interesting little short films. It is pouring rain now.
It's fucking coming down.
Actually, there's been floods going on around us lately.
Yeah,
we've had so much rain.
3 weeks of rain.
Yeah. We're in the basement. Hopefully we're okay.
That's going to be an interesting end to the whole thing.
Torrents
of water burst through the windows.
Hey, the mics are on stand.
Who's playing?
We continue. The show must go on.
Who's playing Jumanji?
I'm still wearing shoes. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's playing Jumanji out in the hall, and a fucking torrent of water comes in through the door.
And man-eating plants.
Yeah, that's irresponsible use of the game Jumanji.
Irresponsible use of the game.
You gotta play that shit in a field where no one else is around.
That sounds like a legal term. You know what? You need to go to jail. Irresponsible use of
Jumanji. It's like the EULA that you have to like scroll down and not read and just accept when you
play Jumanji. You get a EULA, and it's like, don't play in a civilized area or in a populated area where you might affect other people's lives, because...
Yeah, it's fucked.
I don't want to get turned into a monkey while I'm sitting here podcasting.
Me either.
I'd be okay with it.
Robin Williams really weirdly has to rip a hole in my pants so my tail can get out.
Yeah.
Young Kirsten Dunst is there.
What is wrong with this scenario? This seems great. Yeah, Robin Williams.
As she got older, actually, Kirsten Dunst now looks... I don't know which one of them is older, actually. Now that whatever she is now in Fargo season 2, Kirsten Dunst looks exactly like my ex-girlfriend.
I didn't know she was in Fargo.
She's one of the main characters in Fargo season 2.
Just in season 2?
Humble brag.
She looks exactly. No, not really, because it's kind of weird, like the little mouth and like the little nose and the really high cheekbones. She kissed
Spider-Man, dude.
Yeah. His name's Peter. I'm alright with that.
His name's
Peter. There's also a painting on the way here that looks a lot like my ex, which I think is kind of fucking weird.
That looks like Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah,
that's funny that you said it. I've always seen that mural, and I've always said that looks like Kirsten Dunst.
The three of them,
I never noticed this. I thought Peter was just seeing his ex everywhere.
No. It's just like, oh God, I miss her.
Yeah.
Not really. It's just in case my current girlfriend is listening.
Dara?
I never think of her.
Except when we're talking about Kirsten Dunst.
Except when we're talking about Kirsten Dunst, exactly. Except when I get to brag about season 2 of Fargo. Anyway, so at this point now, Gray Man has taken over Manco, as we've understood, and he is looking for the vault in which 200,000 pounds of Australium has been locked away.
Wow.
However, it's all gone. Now, I can't recall why it's gone. I do believe it's because Saxton Hale had used it for fuel and squirreled it away inside that rocket ship that blasts off and kills Poopy Joe.
He kills Poopy Joe.
Either way,
every time.
We're out of Australia.
I cry
at this point. It's Liek if you cry every time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So at this point now, in 1972, we're fucked. We're boned, boys. No more Australium. There is none left on the planet.
People are going to start dying. People who have lived for a long time are going to start dying.
People got to die. 2 of them are already dead. One of them's left, right? Gray Man's the last man person.
Last man standing.
Last man standing, exactly.
Because literally standing. He's not in a wheelchair, right?
No, exactly. Also literally standing.
Oh my God.
And Plutarch and Redmond are dead.
Yeah.
Exactly. Alright, so at some point, so Gray continues to pursue the missing Australium. However, his life extending machine is currently left at 19.5%. So his clock is fucking ticking, boys.
That would be rough. You see it ticking down. You got a percentage meter on that?
Okay, guys, if you saw your life as your cell phone battery,
I would uninstall the app that showed me the percentage of Australium I have left.
At what point? I'm the type of guy, like, as soon as I'm below 50%, I'm like, oh, I gotta plug my phone in.
Dude.
I think it's just a lot about life.
My phone dies like 3 times a day. I let it get so low.
Okay, never mind. My metaphor died because you're the one who wants to live forever, and your phone dies all the time. So
Exactly.
That sounds like a miserable fucking existence.
Yeah.
I only charge my phone when it gets to 20. Like,
Imagine you
but
saw your
I
life
have an iPhone though.
Imagine you saw your life bar, 10% left. What do you do?
Apparently, go to the end of the earth to find a cache of Australium that has been accidentally launched into low orbit by a
and they got
monkey astronaut.
And Australium has USB 3.0, so you just plug in and you're good to go.
Yeah, if I showed up and my life extender had like a lightning cable like the iPhone does, I'd just be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that's it. He's got the Google's new phone. They have a USB-C.
The Pixel.
What does that mean? What does that mean, USB-C?
Just a different type of USB. So none of your connectors will connect to USB-C.
Isn't USB-C like the same plug that's in the PS4 controller?
Nope. My girlfriend has one and it is not.
And
it doesn't even. The cable that comes with it plugs USB-C to USB-C.
Is it even?
You cannot plug it into a computer.
What the fuck is the point?
And it has an adapter which is 2 females, USB-B and a USB-C.
Oh, damn feminists.
It's so
everywhere now.
Google's tried to market their phone so you never have to plug into your computer, because if you want to, like, let's say you buy a Pixel, you want to back up your phone, you just plug your phone straight into the Pixel with the adapter, and you just it'll like Google will back up your phone just like that. And it backs up everything to Google Drive. If you buy a Google phone, all your entire phone gets backed up.
I'm kind of glad I did.
Is there cutting edge technology in terms of like charging your phone? Is it going to charge twice as fast if you have USB-C? No point. I hate it.
I hate it too.
I like having an iPhone because I'm just a fucking loser.
Yeah. My girlfriend has a Pixel and she's gone through one so far because it was just like it just stopped working.
I'm hard on my phone, so like I lose or break them very quickly.
Yeah.
I got a Huawei.
Your current phone's kind of fucked, eh?
Yeah, it is kind of fucked, but it runs. It's Huawei. I go through phones like once a year usually. These Huawei's are like $100 to $150, like fully paid off. You don't have to get a contract or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can fuck them up like 4 times before you actually paid for another phone.
They have ads. Huawei has ads on our non-denominational public transit system.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Huawei, hit us up, man. Like I break my phone a lot, and I'll talk about you a lot.
Break my phone a lot. I'll talk about you.
Yeah.
Talk about how I fucked your phones up, but you always give me a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Yeah.
Topics.
All right, back on the old Team
Fortress
train.
Fortress 2
Back
train.
on Team Fortress 2 train.
Yeah.
It's pretty good though. I think it's like I'm very glad.
This is so fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been loving this.
So anyway, Miss Pauling, the soldier, and now the pyro are working on locating everybody. Turns out, at some point in the intervening period after losing their jobs, the spy and his son, the scout, were both arrested.
Oh shit.
Probably because
They're scoundrels.
everybody on the team are murderers. Right?
Yeah.
Very obviously.
Very obviously.
However, thankfully, with the help of the Demo Man, who they managed to find in the United States now with his mother, who he managed to move from Scotland,
Okay.
the soldier, the Demo Man, and Miss Pauling managed to interrupt the scout and the spy's hanging.
Oh, they were going to be hanged.
They were going to be hanged in 1972.
When was the last hanging in the United States, I wonder?
Good question. Google
last year in Texas.
Google me this.
Yeah, Google me this. Tweet at me when the last hanging
When
was.
did the last gallows get retired in the United States?
Texas is probably a good guess, though.
Really? Because I know there's some movie with like about the lady prison. It's like Chicago or something.
It's called The Last Hanging.
Didn't they just recently stop like electrocuting mentally challenged people?
Yeah. Texas did.
Yeah, in Texas. That was a couple.
So
years
like,
ago.
why not hang a normal person?
Why not hang a normal person?
But that's like his excuse. That's his
his
like, straw man of Texan. Yeah.
There's some like your just run of the day Texan who's about to hang someone. The cops show up. He's like, "Well, we execute mentally handicapped people. Why not?"
And they're just like, and he's like looking through his fucking cop book.
Yeah.
Like he's got a guide. But anyway,
standard issued cop book.
So they prevent the spy and the scout from being hanged.
Exactly. So there's a couple things that's happening here. The way they do this is they prevent the mayor of this town, which is called Teufort, which is Teufort. Teufort, Texas. Yeah, exactly. So they prevent the hanging because they go to the library where Miss Pauling finds a book about how much authority a mayor has.
Okay.
Okay. And then However, the Pyro, being in this library, starts burning books.
Naturally.
So school is then canceled for the...
Oh, it's a school library.
It was a school library. Okay. School is now canceled for the next 6 years because the Pyro went in and burned all the important books. However, Miss Pauling finds the book about mayoral authority, and
which does not include hanging.
Apparently not. Yeah,
in 1971.
He is overreaching. 1972.
Yeah. 1972.
He is overreaching, and then he's just like, wait, how did you find out about what I could do? She's like, with this. He's like, a book? And yes, the entire town goes to the library after that. After learning of the wonder of books.
The wonder of books.
And that's how they managed.
Knowledge is power.
And exactly. And that's how they managed to save the scout and the spy. Exactly. From hanging.
From being hanged.
From being hanged. So the last few people that need to go, they do have to travel at some point to Siberia to find the Heavy. And the Heavy is currently just living at home with his mom and his
not
sisters.
in the Gulag anymore.
No. Okay. It's still the 70s, so the Cold War is still on. It's still the USSR, but the Heavy is living a peaceful life.
I love to think of him like living at home. It's like, hey, go rake the leaves, and he's just like charging up his machine gun, like mulching the whole fucking
to push
thing.
All the leaves back.
Yeah, exactly.
So he has 3 equally huge sisters.
Oh,
one of which falls in love with the soldier.
Naturally.
Yeah. So they get the Heavy back. They all go back to the United States. No, fuck, that's true. They have to go to Australia to find the sniper. Turns out he's in New Zealand, which we already covered was sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
Ooh.
The sniper is actually killed by the Team Fortress Classic team.
Ooh.
So the TFC mercs from the 30s are still alive. And are currently working for Gray Man and working with the current medic.
What a twist.
Who is a mole.
The medic of TF2 is a mole for the TFC team who's working for Gray Man.
Yeah. Correct.
Here I thought this was just a shooter, think about it.
Yeah, just straight up, like literally, like just plug it in, play.
Yeah.
It is. But
it works, but
if you'd like to know more,
subscribe to Lower Voice Podcast.
Click here to know more. Fucking, what was that? Starship Troopers. That's it.
Yeah. Classic movie.
Playing Team Fortress 2 is the only way to guarantee citizenship. So yeah, then now I'm trying to get. I think I might be getting these events mixed up here in what order, but I did read the comics and I have some notes here. Just in regards to what happened. So we're getting towards the end, actually. We're coming up because the last comic is not released. The Pyro versus Heavy update is not released.
Okay.
So right now we're coming to the end of what we currently know about the Team Fortress universe.
That's pretty exciting.
So anyway.
But the game that this last 20 minutes or however many has not been discussing the game at all. Like the game takes place in the 60s.
This is all a prelude to whatever
TF3.
update is coming.
TF3? Do you think it happens?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's a free game.
It seems popular enough.
Yeah, it still is. Like I said, there was still 70,000 people playing when we started recording.
I'll have many popular MOBAs. Like the free-to-play works
like Dota
with cosmetics.
And League.
Dota and League, yeah.
Gaben, please.
And Team Fortress 2.
I spend money on cosmetics a little bit here and there.
I've never spent money. I've only like cashed out as soon as I get skins. I don't care what my skin looks like, whatever. Like unless it has like an
you put 500 hours into something and then you come back to me and you
No, I put 700 hours into CS:GO.
Oh,
and anytime I get a skin that was worth anything, rather than keep it on and look cool, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy another game and just like sell it.
I'm not the same though. I play League and I buy skins.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I buy skins, and now they have loot boxes. Just you play enough, and when you perform well, you get a box.
I bought some skins, and I bought 2 of the 4 Prime Titans in Titanfall 2. Which I still would totally love to go back to, but that's a story for another time.
100%
I miss Titanfall 2.
Tune in 2 weeks when Peter tells us about why he got back into Titanfall 2.
Because they're fucking heroin addicts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would rather be the guy who clears the team with the default skin than the guy who has the best skin and does okay half the time.
Funnily enough, you mentioned that when I was playing TF2 today to kind of get into the mood, there was a guy using. He was an engineer using all stock. Shotgun, pistol, wrench.
Yeah.
No modifiers, no cosmetics, and he was fucking killing it.
That's the coolest guy in the game.
Motherfucker had a dispenser and a sentry set up outside the enemy base.
Oh, yeah?
And managed to get it inside their base for a bit before it was destroyed.
Yeah.
Because our intel, like our flag, got taken almost all the way into their base. And then myself, this god of an engineer, a medic, and one other guy managed to defend it.
To stop it.
In the enemy spawn.
I'm all about pink cheetah print on everything. But you guys know that from my life. Dude, you guys have been to my apartment. You've seen the pink cheetah print.
I brought it up earlier. My pink D-pad op I sold for $30. So yeah,
$30?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, dude.
The most valuable.
CS:GO skins.
The most valuable thing I've ever owned in Team Fortress was worth like $350, but I still have it. Because like I actually use it. Yeah. It's like my strange black box.
Anything under $5 I'll consider keeping. Yeah. But like anything above that, it's like why keep
would you keep it? It pays for the game.
Yeah. That new cape I got today is worth like $1.90. But whatever, it's strange. It counts my kills.
Yeah. Stat tracks.
You mentioned that earlier. Like, what do you mean it can't? Like, you can't get those stats unless you have this item.
No, you can. It's just like when it's strange, it just like counts your points and then goes up in rank when you hit certain whatever. So it changes its name basically. So it's gonna go from like whatever I can't. It's called the Scoped Spartan. So it's like a Spartan cloak for the sniper.
Okay.
So it goes from Scoped Spartan to whatever like fancy to gaudy to whatever.
It levels up as you get more kills.
Name changes.
It doesn't.
It just shows people how big your sniper did.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
And in Counter-Strike, it's called stat track. So you can open the best skin in the game, and it's worth $100, but you get a stat track at the end of whatever the title is.
Yeah.
And then it counts how many kills you get with that weapon while it's equipped to you.
There was like little
which increases its value usually threefold.
Yeah. There's little digital clocks. So when you level up your gun to level 20 in Titanfall 2, you get a little digital clock that starts counting your kills for you.
Okay. Cool.
And then so because that game has a kill cam, when you kill people, they can see your skins, which you get for achieving like headshots, killing sprees, shit like that. And then you have a little clock that shows how many kills you have on that gun. It's all internet dick and just like...
That's it. As someone who plays League and buys all the skins, it's cool that you can unlock skins by doing well.
But dude, imagine you're Crit Caitlyn every time you got a kill. Like all of a sudden you come into a game, it's like, this guy's got 5,000 kills as Caitlyn. Like, fuck. You know, like,
I don't have any stat clocks in Team Fortress, but I would love some. Because it's the same thing. Of course, in Team Fortress, because it's in the 70s now, it's like a thing you attach onto your gun. It's visible in first person. It's got the little flip.
That's fantastic.
So like the old-timey alarm clock is like little flip things that flip down when you kill somebody. I really want one. I don't know how much they cost. I might get one for my soldier, might get one for my pyro. I don't know. It's a lot of money to spend on a free-to-play game. And as my girlfriend said when I was like, yo, I'm thinking about buying some of these outfits, she's just like, baby, those aren't real. And then I looked at her, I was like, yeah, but video games aren't real.
How many outfits
I spent money on that.
How many outfits do you
That's it. How many real differences are between your outfits? And then all of a sudden, it's a real issue.
She got decent to real.
Yeah,
but if I want to spend $3 on something that's not real, it's my goddamn money.
It is your money. You earned it.
Clothes are to keep you warm, though. As soon as you start buying outfits, it is cosmetic as well.
I'm wearing like a tank top and a cardigan at the same time.
I'm wearing a shirt that literally says "fuck it" on it.
Perfect.
Just a t-shirt and jeans. T-shirt and jeans.
1977.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin World Tour.
Yeah,
71. Dude. Oh, okay. So we already talked about this tour in the podcast. Yeah. We're at 72.
Yeah, man.
So, alrighty.
Where are we leaving the Team Fortress?
Where are we leaving the Team Fortress team?
Yeah.
Basically. So they managed to canonically kill every single TFC merc.
Ooh. Oh, cool.
So everybody from the original Team Fortress Classic is dead. Turns out Team Fortress Classic is a woman.
Oh. What do you mean is a woman?
Because the current Team Fortress 2 Pyro, we have no idea.
The Pyro.
We have never seen...
Team Fortress Classic Pyro.
What did I say?
You said Team Fortress Classic is a woman.
Oh, that didn't make any
confusing.
sense at all.
It's a metaphor.
That doesn't make any sense.
So we have a female in the Team Fortress Classic. Does that lead to speculation? I don't know.
Maybe. From what we know, none of the mercs are actually related. So like the Team Fortress Classic engineer is not a Conagher.
No.
From what we know. So Radigan Conagher and Del Conagher are unique to themselves. Exactly. Okay. The TFC engineer, who is the main villain basically towards the end, which I'll get into in a second, is not a Conagher from what I found, from what I've read, from what I've played.
So you mentioned earlier that the voice actor, I know you didn't research TFC at all. Do you know the voice actor of the Pyro in TFC?
There were no voice actors. Because it was a Half-Life mod.
That adds to the mystery.
Yeah, Half-Life mod. Okay.
It was because it was a Half-Life mod. Yeah. There were no voice actors in TFC.
Okay.
But it is revealed in the comics the TFC Pyro takes off her helmet and exactly is an old lady now, obviously because TFC took place in the 30s. They're all basically in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah, Alice Samus.
Yeah. Alice Samus, exactly. Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were speaking Latin for a second. Alice Samus. I was like,
she ends up getting killed through a tag team of the soldier and one of the Heavy's sisters, who has come along for the ride because she is in love with the soldier.
She's in love with the soldier.
Exactly.
A tag team, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, they spit roast the fuck out of her.
Yeah. Podcast over.
That's my kind of, that is my kind of comic. That's all I can say.
So what happens is, because they end up getting the better of them when they killed the sniper in New Zealand, he ends up getting saved by the medic, who of course was falsely working with the Team Fortress Classic team.
Okay.
Okay. So in New Zealand they end up getting imprisoned, and
by the two surviving New Zealanders.
Well, his parents are there,
yeah,
but he ends up getting saved. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we meet them.
Okay.
They don't actually ever come into it. They're just like, haha, it turns out the sniper's a New Zealander, which is a retcon to explain why he doesn't have a mustache, frankly.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
But the TFC Pyro is kind of a crazy, sadistic torturer, obviously, because she lights people on fire for a living.
Yeah.
She, however, is killed by the soldier and the Heavy's oldest, but still younger sister. Exactly.
Okay.
So what they do is they manage to break out of their shackles, and then at some point, she is distracted by the Heavy sister, who cut off her own hand to get out of handcuffs.
As you do.
Exactly. And then the soldier comes up, grabs one of the flaming grenades off of her fire suit, stuffs it into her suit where her helmet used to be, puts her helmet back on her head, and then she blows up inside her suit.
Wow, that's fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
I remember the last time that happened to me.
Still violent.
It was fun.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So afterwards, they fight their way out through a bunch of robots. Some people die, some people don't.
Some robots.
Exactly, some robots. Exactly. Some people die, some people get killed and then brought back. Basically, everyone survives, but
what's the difference?
All the important characters survive.
Some
red shirts die.
The 9 red mercenaries, right, all survive, despite some of them dying. The scout has a near-death experience, at which point he does talk with God and Tom Jones, who he falsely believes is his father.
As you do.
Yeah, you know, Tom Jones.
Yeah.
At which point, one thing is revealed, which I'll get into in a bit, because there's a few more little timeline bullet points where the comics end and speculation begins.
Okay, fair.
So anyway, they continue to fight and then the TFC engineer, I believe, betrays Gray Man and tears his life extender out of his spine and claims it for himself.
Because TFC engineer was the big baddie of the comics, is
correct.
What you said.
Yes, exactly. The main villain of the comics was the TFC engineer. He was the leader of the Mercs from the 30s.
Okay.
So he rips off Gray Man's life extender machine. So he's basically he's got minutes to live.
Okay.
And then keeps it for himself to save himself after a brawl with the Heavy, I believe.
Okay.
Who kicks the ever-loving Christ out of him.
Yeah.
Right. But he jams it into his side for where he has an open gaping wound. So that brings him back from the Heavy, exactly. So that brings him back, and that gets him going again, only slightly, until they defeat him one last time.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's where we are now in the comics.
This is where we go from like Ganondorf to Ganon.
Exactly.
Right? They defeat him as Ganondorf, and then he sticks the life extender in his side. And now he turns into Ganon. You're like, I gotta beat him again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's when he goes from like desert guy to hog monster.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And then so eventually they end up killing all of the Team Fortress Classic Mercs.
Okay, cool.
The red team gets back together, who have always been the main characters.
Red team.
Yeah, the red team has always, for whatever, been the main characters in
the red team is the name team from the TFC? Or the original, sorry, not TFC, but the original red team, blue team? Who was the named team?
What do you mean the named team?
Like Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall Jackson was the original blue team.
Blue team, that's what I thought.
Original blue team.
It's funny that they switch it like that.
And the red team are always the protagonists in the videos and in the Meet the Team videos and any promotional
it's always
videos.
The red team.
The red team are always the good guys.
Okay.
And then the blue team are always the bad guys.
Presumably because the blue team was the first. Blutarch was the first one to say, I want the life extending machine.
Yeah. He wants a life extending machine.
He made the game dirty, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the opposite of a lot of games. The red's bad, blue's good. You know, like.
Well, like red, like I've thought about this a couple other times. Red is like, from a societal point of view, red seems bad. It's stop. When you go to a stoplight, you know what I mean? Green is good. Red is bad.
What's blue?
Blue is cool and kind of like
blue is cool.
friendly.
Blue is better than red. I'm agreeing with you.
Blue is water. Blue is like refreshing.
But if you have like an AC, you crank it from red to blue when it gets a little spicy.
Yeah, if it's winter, you crank it from blue to red.
Correct. Yeah.
But we're recording from Fiji. We're all from Fiji, so
all Fiji, all the time.
Who has heaters?
Yeah. Hang on a second. You gotta get this lizard off the window. He's distracting me.
Damn geckos. So speculation? Are we gonna get into that?
I mean, it's really hard to track what the fuck is going to happen in a Team Fortress universe because it's all very crazy.
Do you know when the next comic is going to go?
You never know what Valve is going to do and when.
That is true.
So they said they wanted the most recent comic out by the end of 2016, which of course did not happen. It came out early this year, which is 2017, and then to be concluded coming soon, of course, is they also ended Half-Life 2 Episode 2 on a cliffhanger 10 years ago. So
I feel like Valve could probably trademark TBA. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, Valve time is a thing. Yeah. Right. So yeah, that's basically it. They get into a fight. They finally kill all the TFC mercs. And they recover, and we were waiting to see where they go next. The next major update is Pyro versus Heavy, which will probably come with new story beats. So maybe we'll do a quick update in a podcast at some point in the future. If
that sounds really cool. I'm really stoked on reading the comics.
Oh, dude, they're fucking great. Just go to teamfortress2.com and read the comics. They're incredible.
Yeah, I'm downloading on Steam tonight.
You're gonna install it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Well, you gotta add me on Steam.
I will. Yeah. My computer's like mangled, but I'll do my best.
Yeah.
He'll Steam Link. We'll
laugh at him. Steam Link.
We'll play with mouse
like a bitch.
Yeah. My right movement doesn't work, so I always have to if I want to go right, I have to do left in a circle to get.
You're basically Zoolander. You can't turn left. You gotta do 3 right turns.
Yeah. And then there's just a few more notes, right? So there's a couple things that come after the end of the most recent comic. So canonically, exactly, and some non-canon things that I just found fucking hilarious.
Hilarious and good.
Yeah. So obviously, because the Pyro had burned all the books in the library, school was canceled for 6 years. So in 1978, school in 2-4 resumes. Okay, and in his near-death experience, the scout finds out he actually dies December 4th, 1987.
Whoa.
So he goes from 1945 to 1987, but the scouts confirmed death by God himself.
Oh, he has a vision of God. God tells him you will die.
In his near-death experience when he's hanging out with God, exactly.
So when he's
I did
on the
mention
gallows,
that, right? No, not the gallows. In the fight where they're kind of get some people have near-death experience. I forgot to do that. My bad. Anyway, during his near-death experience, who gives a fuck? During his near-death experience, the scout finds out in his brief conversation with God. No, it's when he talked to God and Tom Jones. I told you guys about that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you motherfuckers tried to trick me into thinking I was crazy.
I love to hear you talk, so I just want you to say the same thing over and over.
Love your voice.
Rat bastard. Confirmed date of death, December 4th, 1987. Unknown cause of death.
Naturally.
At present.
Because that's too good a spoiler for Valve to answer, right?
Like, they won't finish Half-Life 3. They won't let me kill the scout.
No, that's it. It's always gonna dangle there, ever unfinished.
But yeah, that's it. And then also in the year 7039, so that's 5,000-ish years in the future.
Ish, yeah.
Now this, for whatever reason, is literally never mentioned up until this point. So that's why it wasn't mentioned, but in the year 7039, Saxton Hale's ownership right of the sniper's likeness expires.
Okay.
So for the next 5,000 years, Saxton Hale can use the sniper's face for literally anything he wants.
Yeah, that's the New Zealander, right?
Yeah.
Mundy?
Mr. Mundy, exactly, yeah.
But that's the only.
You guys have been listening.
That's the only face that they have the copyright on.
The only likeness that Saxton Hale owns, that Manco owns, is the sniper's. Okay. However, he's got a 5,000-year hold on it, so it's not a bad deal.
That's it. I mean, but if the sniper could end the battle, he wouldn't, because he's endorsed by Manco. So he would
for the next 50 centuries. And then there's a few non-canon little things that I threw in here just for fun. In 1996, Kisses von Butternubs, a Pomeranian wearing a sweater, is elected president.
I know her, actually.
Is elected president of America by popular vote.
Well,
I mean, I'd vote.
No comment on current politics on that one. I'm not going to touch it.
President Butternubs, though, right?
I'm not going to say who I'd rather, but Butternubs for president.
Yeah. In 1996.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who I'd rather,
21 years ago.
Who I'd rather.
Let's call it spade. If 21 years ago I could vote, I'd vote for Kisses von Butternubs.
Yeah.
Especially in a irregular election, because obviously the elections are every 4 years.
Yeah, not
1996. Yeah. And then in 1999.
No, it would have been 96. No, it would not have been 96.
98, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Oh yeah.
No, it would have been 96. Excuse me.
Because I don't think it started year
96,
0.
2000, 2004, and 2008, and then we had 2016.
When was Bush elected?
2000?
W.
Yeah, 2000, because 2001 was obviously 9/11.
Yeah, 2000, 2008. That does make sense.
2000.
Obama was elected in 2008.
2008 to 2016.
So 96 wasn't.
Yeah, 96 was an election year. Okay,
Let's base our history knowledge off of 9/11.
Bad, well, the bad math.
I was basing it off when Barack Obama got elected. 2008.
Hey, there's an optimist and a pessimist.
Live cuck.
Live cuck.
And then finally, this is apparently non-canon for now.
But it's like so good that like
I think it might be included later on.
You wouldn't be surprised if it gets scooped up.
So obviously the games are all set quite far in the past. So at this point we're in 1972. At some point in 1999, currently non-canon, Del Conager, the engineer, who is very old but very muscular with a huge beard, and he has replaced one of his arms with a cybernetic limb, returns back with the Pyro, who is just a floating head in a jar. Travels back to 1972 to very briefly warn everybody currently surviving about Gray Man's robo-crates, and then tries to prevent the impending Hat Wars of the 1990s.
Oh, okay. So
And-
TF3 Hat Wars 1990.
And if TF3's set in the 90s, everybody's gonna be super old. It's gonna be it's gonna be the Hat Wars,
If it happens.
which would be the next war.
Yeah.
But this is currently still non-canon. So we have the Gravel Wars, we have the Robot Wars, which are almost done. We have one more comic to come out, but at present we're at the end of it, there, boys.
Yeah.
That is Lore Boys on Team Fortress.
Yeah.
And we're all surprised that
Yeah.
it took that long.
No, that's it. Yeah, there's so much depth to a game. Like I feel like it took more of me to learn the story than what it did to play the game.
I feel like there's definitely some people who play TF2 out there who are listening to this and just like,
What the fuck are these guys talking about?
Yeah. Like, I have no idea what I've been playing for the past 6 years. You know what I
If
mean?
there's any Counter-Strike lore out there, send it to me at JAYMILLK for Twitter.
Milk with 2 L's.
Yeah.
On the
tweets. Tweet me up because
But
I want to know all about
It's
it.
jmilk.com though. Isn't
I
it?
played 700 hours. I do not know a single bit of Counter-Strike.
Well, there's like
lore.
some nondescript terrorists, some nondescript
that's it.
counter-terrorists.
That's it. Next round, you're the opposite. So,
that's it.
then-
You get to see both views. I think it's a very like politically, it's a very politically centrist view of things, where so you get to live both lives
Exactly.
in a short amount of time.
There's not a single woman in that game though, which I find infuriating.
Counter-Strike is a lesson in empathy. It's
Yes.
like, you hate terrorists, we get that, you get to kill them, but then you have to live a minute in their shoes
Exactly.
as a terrorist.
Well,
And that's it. Even if you win, when the bomb goes off, a lot of the time you're right next to the bomb.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is it really worth it for those skins? I know you want like a kunai painted red,
Dude, if it
but
gets,
is it worth dying for?
it'll get you Final Fantasy VII in the next life. So.
If we're talking, yeah. If we're talking pink cheetah print, then I'm sold.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've got I didn't actually buy into any of the Team Fortress 2 contracts that give you the weapon skins, but I buy some of the cheaper ones for like 10, 15 cents when I have leftover Steam bucks. And it's totally worth it, like, because I like the stock weapons, and stock weapon.
What else are you gonna spend your Steam bucks on?
Fucking yeah, whatever. Because like, if I want a new game, it's not 25 fucking cents, right?
Would you believe that the grocery store didn't take my Steam bucks last time I went?
Bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
I earned these Steam bucks.
For your Sapporo?
Yeah, my Sapporo. It was bought on real currency, not Steam bucks.
Technically qualifies as a Japanese game.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
Oh, I have to play more anime.
Yeah, it's so hypocritical because Gaben totally decides when vegetable soup is on sale.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so that's it. Wrap this shit up there, boys. Ethan, if we're to peruse the internet, if we're gonna be like a frontier internet man, where would we run into you?
If you're Oregon trailing it to get to me, go to at Ethan the Deadman on Twitter, or Fungineering 101, which is a tabletop RPG blog that I run.
Man, there you have it. And is that it?
I think that's it.
Don't come for me on Facebook because I'm not going to fucking accept.
You can try and find me elsewhere. I mean, I defy you. Check out loreboys.wordpress.com.
Yep,
that's
absolutely.
probably where you're listening to this from. But
Lore Boys Podcast, I believe, on Instagram.
Yeah, if you're listening to this on YouTube, we're Lore Boys Podcast
some
on
just
YouTube.
for some behind the scenes photos, basically.
Yeah,
that's it.
And maybe if we decide to go out together and get just drunker than we do when we record these things.
Take some photos.
Take some photos of that shit.
We'll have our Twitch set up soon. We'll stream TF2's Halloween event in 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we're thinking of getting some video content out there soon, so if you're interested, let us know.
Let us know, absolutely, because
Please leave a comment. Tell us what we've done wrong, because we know we've done lots, but we want to know what's the worst.
Yeah, but what we've done well, not that important.
Not that important.
We need to fix the problems first. Let's iron this shit out.
You can reach me.
Early access podcast.
That's it. You plug the holes in your boat before you build a new mast.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And James, if we're roaming around if we're playing instead of Oregon Trail, if we're playing the Amazon Trail, which is a game I never beat, but my 8-year-old sister did at some point, or she could fish for anguaras or whatever, some crazy shit better. Where would we find you?
So you can reach me at jmilk on Twitter. It's JAYMILLK, 2 L's, because Miller. Send me a DM. I'd love to talk to you. Tweet
at him.
Yeah, tweet me.
#LoreBoys.
Tweet me. Send me a DM.
Harass him on Twitter, please.
Harass him on Twitter.
I promise you, if you send me a DM, I will respond to you. So do it.
And is that it? You haven't made a new Instagram yet, eh?
I'm actually working on my Instagram, so I'm kind of 65, so I don't get the
internet. It's the same. Yeah. Jamie is 65, so
yeah.
That's all right. We'll social media later.
Yeah. Okay. That means going to the post office, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, because I've been to a post office.
And Peter,
that's not inside a fucking pharmacy.
Yeah. Peter, what about yourself?
You can find me at Pete O'Donoghue on Twitter. So that's Pete and then ODONOGHUE on Twitter. I'm Old Aunt Peter on Instagram, and then if you want to follow what is currently qualifies as our only Twitch channel, it's One Armed Man TV. I'm also the One Armed Man on Steam if you want to play some Team Fortress, and that's it. I don't really have a closing statement or anything like that. Just plug all our social media shit, share it with your friends.
LoreBoys out.
That's good enough.
It was a lot of volume on the last one.
Hey guys, welcome.
Wait, do you have the time?
Son of a bitch.
That's perfect.
Okay.